for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 welcome back to another week of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. That guy, Sean Belesian, in for D-Mac. What up?
How you doing, buddy? Good weekend?
Good, man. It was. A lot of work.
Good travel?
Yeah, it was good. More on that in a minute. You and I had a discussion walking in together. Our paths crossed as we were going across Woodward to come in. KG in the building. KG, what's really good?
Me.
All right.
Go. Yeah.
Damn, okay.
That is all.
It's a good way to start the week.
Spencer Raxter.
Hello.
What's up, man?
You want to know what's really good? My fucking serves. I was looking like Andy Roddick out there. We played. So they did new tennis courts across the street from my house, and me, my boy Ron, and Mike and Adam went over there. We played a game of tennis, and it was close. And Ron and Mike they played tennis in high school. I don't know how to play tennis. I might be a big dumb idiot, but like I hit the ball and it fucking goes over out of the whole thing. But I started dialing it in the last couple games. I was putting serves, hitting corners, going right out. Had like 3 aces. Oh, me and my boy Adam came back, won it. It was hype.
Hey, Spinny Agassi.
Yeah,
yeah, I like it.
Did you ever go through that? I went through that phase.
Tennis phase?
It's fun.
It is a blast.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I went through that phase, and it was like, here's the thing, Spenny. It's like when you start to get it down,
it's addicting.
It has that same effect as golf.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I got this game, but you don't got that game.
And
No.
You know, it's just like golf. You know, you think you got that game, and it might roll for a little while, and then something happens, and it fucks with your head.
Yeah.
And then you throw your racket, and you're done with it. It's a really good time. I think that's almost like one of those rites of passages for people, I think, Neil.
And
No,
I
it is.
I do got to do a quick shout out. I'm going to do it again later in the week on Friday, but shout out to St. Anne's and their fish fry. They hooked me up. They've been hooking me up all that. She watches the show. She came up.
Nice.
She's like, here's a free plate. Just shout me out on the show. I was like, all right, I got you.
There you go.
Delicious
Shout
stuff.
out.
Hush
Shout
puppies,
out.
cod, mac and cheese.
Not the hush
pierogies.
puppies.
Oh, dude, great
So
stuff.
good.
Coonan Brewing Company, 13 a mound. Obviously, this week's the last week lunch. So come in on Good Friday and get a plate from St. Anne's. It's great
I'm going
stuff.
to have to check this place out.
It's
Keep
good.
talking this place
dude,
up.
Coonan's the spot.
No,
it's
yeah,
only
it is.
because it's named Coonan that I have reservations.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair.
Don't just say it. I'm going to have to check this spot
That is
out.
fair.
I didn't even put that together till
It's an
KG said
old
it.
German brewery, and they have multiple black servers. So,
Okay, yeah. I feel better
yeah,
now. Thank
it's,
you.
it's a great spot.
Chase in the Chase Lounge. Chase, what's going on, man?
Not much. A little morning yoga at the Detroit Zoo this morning.
Okay.
Nice.
Yoga.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a
Morning,
jam-packed opening segment.
It is.
I know,
It's
right?
wild. It's funny you brought up tennis, Spenny. I may or may not be a former Fraser City boys under 18 doubles champion.
Oh,
I may or
look
may
at
not
you.
be.
Okay.
I
That's
may
a
or may
flex.
not be.
Yeah.
That's a
I used to
flex.
play a lot.
Yeah,
So,
I've never played tennis before. I played ping pong. I played beer pong. I never played tennis.
if you can play ping pong, then that's
Yeah,
pretty
it
much
was
the
fun.
same.
Like I said, first couple went out of the whole cage and everything because I just fucking smashed them. But I found the finesse. I was painting corners by the end of it. It was fun.
Neil, is it true that pickleball killed tennis?
I've never played pickleball, so I don't know.
My brothers got my dad a pickleball set for Christmas, and those courts that they just made have the pickleball outline on them too. So might have to do that.
I accidentally developed a drop shot, and it was, I'm not joking, it was the funniest gosh damn thing when I would drop that on people.
Yeah.
Gosh damn it, motherfucker! I mean, it was, people got so, because you know what? We're all men, and you're supposed to be, me smoke it, me
Yeah.
get ace.
Big forehand.
And then I would go,
Yeah.
Right.
and make that
Finesse,
little
right.
drop shot.
It would just clip the tape going
Right,
over.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just kind of roll over.
We got to play sometime, Spenny.
Oh, I'm down. It
Yeah,
was fun.
we definitely have to
I
do
didn't-
it.
I didn't have any hockey tape, and the only racket I have is from when my brothers played. I played football like a man. Not no sissy jam. No, my brothers played tennis, and so I had one of their rackets, and the grip was like coming off of it, and I didn't have any stick tape or hockey tape, so I just used electrical tape to wrap the handle. But it worked.
It worked. There it was. All right, Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there. Get your thoughts out there. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports channel. Get in there. Soccer night in Detroit. Saturday night in Phoenix. Wow, amazing comeback. Detroit City was down 2-0 in the 87th minute.
Damn.
And 1-3 and 1-3-2. Yeah.
In the
That's
87th
insane.
minute.
Yeah.
That's
When did
nice.
they score?
They scored in the 87th minute, then they scored in the 89th minute, and then they scored in the 93rd minute to win it.
No
Yeah.
shit.
You know you got to give us updates. Where DCFC standing right now? How they looking?
They're good. They're in good shape.
That's fine. Did Nate
Fourth, I think, in the East. I haven't looked at the standings since after
did
the match.
Nate Steinwasser return to the team?
No, he retired.
Okay.
So he retired. Carlos Saldana, Carlos Herrera was the keeper.
Yeah.
Saldana was the main keeper. He got banged up a little bit, so
Okay.
Herrera was in there, and they did it, and they
Nice,
came back and won. It
nice.
was electric, man.
Shout
It
out
was-
to the boys. Man.
Yeah, shout out
I'm
to the
getting
people
down there this summer. Absolutely.
I was stunned how many people were watching because it ended at midnight Saturday night because they
Yeah.
played in Phoenix. But shout out to everybody. But Sean, yes, Western Michigan too. Charles in the chat. Shout out Western Michigan,
Got to.
national champs. No easy task being in the NCHC and having to beat Denver twice, but they did it. Yeah, shout out
That's
to
fucking
them.
awesome, dude.
Yep.
It's great for hockey. It's great for the state of Michigan, the best hockey state in the goddamn country. Minnesota, get the fuck out of here. Who are you? No, shout out to Western for getting it done, man. Michigan State's going to be there next year, but that was awesome. It was fun to watch. I was at Coonam watching it. We were going crazy.
Yeah,
It was
everybody
great.
latched onto that. That was
Frozen
really
Fours
cool.
in Vegas next year. I just heads up. Frozen.
Oh, dude, Sean,
Not that I know anybody. Well, you're going to have to join in on
Sure.
some already pre-planned plans.
I'm
So
down.
not that I know anybody that's making any plans, but Spenny, you're more than in as well. I couldn't agree more. It's fantastic. NCHC, whether we want to admit it or not, is by far the best conference in the country. Let's not argue that. It's undeniable. And it's a tremendous story. Western is one of those places that has always had some good players, and I have some very good friends that played there that could just never put it together. They could just never put it together. And the cool thing about this, and this is where I think hockey fans get all slapdick and all that, there are no stars. They just went out and played, and they bought in, and all those damn cliches that you can throw out there. It was a fantastic story. So congratulations to Pat and the entire team. It really is a great story.
And oh, by the way, Boston University. Always hear about them in hockey. You guys keep telling me this, right? Because I parachute in like everybody else. I used to watch it a lot back in the day, CCHA, when it was on Pass. When I was a kid, I watched it all the time. But then, it kind of got off the radar. I'll parachute in the Frozen Four. Every year I hear about BU, the Beanpot, BU, Boston, all the time. When are they going to win one? They're number one. Like every time they lose, I always hear about how they're number one, yet they always lose every big game.
It's been a long time. This year kind of did it differently because they weren't. I don't think anybody really expected anything. And I told you, I texted you when I was at that game in Toledo. Ohio State was all over them in the first period, and then all of a sudden their best players became their best players. And then, as you know, because it's BU, Neil, this is where our pass will join again. All of a sudden, when they started looking good again, everybody's like, oh, BU. Too much talent. And it really was, I'll say it again, it really was, you can take all the talent in the world and put it together and make a super team. But gosh damn it, there's something about playing as a unit and buying into what your coach is selling, and that's exactly what Western did.
And the Broncos took over that building in St. Louis. Took that building over. So, again, props to them. 100%, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Western Michigan for sure.
Story.
The real Western Michigan fans. Like the
here
people
we
who are
go.
actual
Let
Western
Justin
Michigan
live,
fans.
man.
That was
Let him
coming.
have his day, man.
I should have put a line down with all you guys in here because I knew that was
You
coming.
knew it was coming. We
I
had
knew
Justin
that
on the
was-
morning
look at that
show.
smile on
So
his
he got
face.
his shit off on the
Shit
morning
eating
show. He
bread
don't have to
from
deal with all this hate.
Neil.
He ain't got to deal with all this hate here, But shout out to him.
No, Justin did a good job covering it, too.
Fantastic job.
We had content from live Couch Fireside.
Yeah, that shit was great.
It's
It was
electric.
great.
It's electric.
You know what? I condone it.
No, I'm with it.
They didn't burn the town down. They just set a couch on fire, and that was
Don't
it.
flip any cars over.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Set a couch on fire,
Set
get
a
drunk,
couch on
have
fire.
a day.
Damn right.
I got no problem
I
with it
told you
whatsoever.
my daughter's freshman year, she lived right across from Cedar Village. And I told her, I said, if you don't know, let me inform you. And she kind of looked at me, she's like, Dan, everybody knows about Cedar Village. I mean, it is the home
Yeah.
of couch burning.
It's the Mecca.
It is. And,
Nice.
you know, I mean,
They invented the game.
go burn a couch.
Yeah.
And
What the hell
Y'all
do
want
I
a
care?
natty
Yeah.
at Western Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turn the fuck up.
And you know
Burn
how
3
many
couches.
you know how many nasty ass couches are on college campuses?
Oh, yeah, big facts.
I would say it'd be more stunning to find a good couch on a college
and-
campus.
And what better way to dispose of it than burn it?
Yeah.
it's-
Lot of dry-
They need to be burnt. They
They
can't
need-
be buried in the
yeah,
earth or
no,
anything. They would
absolutely
contaminate the
not.
earth.
A lot of dried up babies on that couch.
Yes. Like I said, we had a couch in the enclosed fucking porch that we had a couch out there for 2 years. That thing was nasty, dude, but he burned
Justin did a clip this morning. I don't know when he did it, but he was walking around. I saw it this morning.
Man's got the national
He's got the
championship
natty in
trophy.
his arm.
Yeah,
I was like,
man.
did your dad buy it?
No,
It
it's
was
not.
like the $1 million man. He was like, I'm going to buy that national.
Everybody's got
Justin
a prize.
is walking around with
Yeah.
the national championship.
Y'all know
in his
Justin
arm.
got pulled though, but y'all let Justin rock, bro.
Yeah.
He-
Oh,
We
he's
are.
outstanding.
I just gave him credit. Where were you,
100%.
KG?
You were.
He's,
No,
the,
that
he's,
was
the
out here,
he's the captain of the club hockey team, so he's tight with all the hockey boys. I'm sure he hangs out at the hockey house a lot. That's fucking sweet.
That was
Yeah.
great stuff. Justin, seriously, props. That was great stuff. Good
we
content.
got him
If you
coming
guys
on
haven't
in
seen it
we
yet,
got
go
him
check
coming
it
on
out.
in 3 minutes.
Oh, he is? He's
Yeah,
coming on?
Yep. Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's talk.
to confront you. Now I'm talking
Yeah.
shit.
Let's talk about it then, shall we? Mike Willett in the chat. I remember when Lake Superior kicked around BU for the Natty 9-1 in 1994.
God damn.
Michigan schools kick the ish out of BU all the time. Always hear about it with BU. Never see it. Never ever see it. Like that's
I think I told you. I hate to go back in the Wayback Machine, but one of my close friends played for Northern Michigan, and they beat BU in that famous game 8-7 that went to like 4 overtimes. And
I remember that game.
I ran into Keith Kachuk. You know, I was doing the broadcast when Brady was with the NTDP, and like I kid you not, he literally walked up to me and he goes, "Tell your buddy beep 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 beep," and I still haven't forgotten about 91. They think that's their birthright. They do. Like, I'm not joking. That's their birthright. And they're not going to lose to piddly Western Michigan or piddly Northern Michigan. And so when it happens, yeah, it just hits harder, man. I think that's fantastic. But no, all jokes aside, everybody knows they've got immense talent every year. And in their minds, they should win it every year. And somebody forgot to tell Western. That was awesome.
Burn in the super chat. Shout out to the lifelong Western Michigan fans of 3 days, myself included.
Right.
Broncos country. Let's ride. See, Burn's
I'm a new
sport.
fan. I am.
Burn's a sport.
Let's go, man.
Yep. So
I've been
there
here
it is.
since Corey Davis. Now I'm talking.
Shout out.
Shout out Tim Lester.
out.
DNC ENT. When does the Torque MVP propaganda begin to be pushed?
Hey,
that
man.
boy is scorching.
Hey, man. I'm just
One of
saying.
the hottest hitters in baseball.
Yes. We're going to get into the Tiger
Fucking
stuff. You
love
said we
it,
have
dude.
Justin to just kind of recap the Western
We
Michigan
have-
thing.
Yeah, I told him 11-14, so if he big times this, it's on him. No, he's on.
He's on. All right,
Yeah.
let's do this and let's take the break. Let's get into it.
Might big time us though. You know,
He might, yeah.
walking around holding the fucking natty.
Well, I was going to say if he's not on, then he's out.
No, he's
like,
on. He's
that's
good
it.
to go.
All right. Okay. Feldman
Stop it,
Chevrolet.
Neil.
Feldman. What?
You stop.
Neil,
If,
this is a
if he's not
celebration.
on, he's out. Like, come on, bro. You gonna let Justin get his shit off?
This is
Feldman
celebration.
Chevrolet in Novi. Hey, Western Michigan Broncos, the parade. You guys need Corvette convertibles?
Dude, I would go
Talk
to West
about
Parade.
Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. I'm sure they got you hooked up if you guys want to go that way. But no, they got the good lease deals going on, the Silverado, the Equinox as well. You see them right there on the screen. You can scan the QR code right above my head and search the inventory. And whatever kind of Chevy you're looking to get into, they have it for you. How do I know? They're the nation's #1 Chevrolet dealer. And again, the nation's #1 EV dealer also. So when you're looking at it, the car buying process, it's quick, fast, and in a hurry, everyone. So, again, they have an army of the great salespeople out there. Go see George and the team. You guys know I bought my car there. Sean bought a car there. Sam Flannel bought a car there. We know. Go to FeldmanAuto.com, Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Neil Rule here for Woodward merch. Go to shop.woodwardsports.com. Get geared up for the draft. Get the F them pick shirt. Get the Boot 'em Kid shirts. Get them all, everybody. Shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. And, hey, Western Michigan got the job done. And we're going to go straight to the streets of Kalamazoo right now. We welcome in our guy, young Justin. Look at that. He doesn't even have a Michigan shirt on today.
Turn up, man.
Yeah, look at that. He's got the
There is
West.
no
on,
way he's
Neil.
sober. There is absolutely, like, I would love to check his blood alcohol right now. He's been drinking consistently,
No.
as well he should be.
Hey, Justin, real quick, man. Outstanding job with the content. You were couch fireside, man. How electric was it in the streets?
It was so electric. You just had everyone converging from every different angle into the neighborhoods that are right behind, like the famous Goat Bar at Western Michigan. And there was just, you were walking back and forth. There's just house after house is burning couches. There was that one fire that I was beside for all the videos. They burned 5 couches before the firemen showed up to put out the fire. And it was absolutely clown. Like all the dudes with their shirts off, like, ole, 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 like whipping them around, like mosh pitting, everything that you can imagine. It was so awesome. Everyone was just having a great time. The cops and the firefighters were just so chill as well. They were very accommodating for the fact that we just won a national championship. And like Spenny said, we didn't go and like burn the whole town down or go break campus or whatever, like the stuff that could have happened that you've seen in recent national championship wins. We just burned some couches, had a good time, enjoyed it. And it was electric. And then yesterday the team came back and there was a reception at the arena and there was at least 1,000 people there waiting to cheer them on and welcome them home after their huge title win. And then last night the team went out to the bar and then they hosted a campfire and they just let like everyone on campus just walk up if you wanted to take a picture with the trophy and talk with them and hang out. Like they had a DJ going. Like they were so welcoming and they just wanted to share the title with the entire campus and be a part of this amazing thing that hasn't happened since 1965 for a cross-country national championship, let alone a Big Four national championship like we just won.
Justin, I was just saying before you came on, I thought the coolest clip is I envisioned myself as like a 20-something kid walking on campus and go, hey, look, there's a dude who looks like Jesus walking around with the NC2A championship. How the hell did you procure that, man?
So last night I went over to the hockey house, as it's called, and a couple of the hockey guys live there. And like you said, they were all out there in their jerseys, and it was campfire, and they were just hanging out. And I got a couple. My close friend is really close with Sharp, and I met Roe there, and Roe's a great guy, and he was really chill, and he was like offering it to me. Like I didn't even have to ask. He was like, "Let me get you a picture with the trophy." And they told me they saw the content before the game and about all the people going crazy for the tailgate and after the game with the fires. So I mean, they just love it, and they want, like I said, for the community to really feel this championship, to like know how special this is to Kalamazoo, to these guys, because they are such a special group. Like Sean said before I came on, this is a team. They are so together. They're through and through. Just do the little things, what you have to do to win a championship in hockey. And like you said, all the cliches are completely true about this team. They're well coached because of Freshweiler. And then you have Alex Bump, who is the best player on the team and had a great tournament, didn't put up any points, and they still won the national title. And that's nothing against Alex Bump. He had a great tournament and was extremely effective, but to have your leading scorer not even get a point and you still win the national title proves how good this team is.
Young Justin here joining us. He was couch fireside in Kalamazoo. He has certainly been out there getting it in. And Sean asked the question, young Justin, are you drunk right now?
It was a little brutal for the morning show, I will say. You can go look at the clips. I'm looking rough, but I've taken a shower since then, and I feel pretty good. But
Shit, you look rougher
in the
now.
morning, though,
Get back on the horse. Get back on the horse, man.
I will be getting back on the horse. We're going out again tonight to celebrate. There's a rally at the University Arena where the basketball team plays at 6 o'clock. So after I make my appearance on heavyweights, I'm headed straight over there to start celebrating the national title and go out again. And hopefully there's a rumored to be a bunch of parties again tonight on campus. So I mean, we're still going. What I'm really hoping for is I'm waiting for this parade announcement. When are we getting a parade through the streets of Kalamazoo?
Goddamn
right. Let me start walking up and down with the team, just getting them interacting with all the fans and all the people that they brought so much joy to around Kalamazoo. That's what I want to do.
You better get on that bus.
That's right. Hey, Justin. All right. I'll go ahead, man.
I might. I've started to get a little more familiar with the guys on the team. They've been very kind and very welcome to me. They all really screw with us and what we do with Woodward Sports, and they appreciated the coverage. So, I mean, anything's possible at this point. So I wouldn't put anything past it.
All right, well, Justin, hey, you're going to have a parade. They're going to have the rally today, but let's look ahead to next year. What does it look like for the Broncos? You got to get these kids their bags now. What are we doing here? What are we talking about?
I mean, we had this argument off the air a few weeks ago, and there are guys in this team who are making substantial amounts of NIL money. They were talking a $75K and above in the hundred thousands, and they have such NIL support because this is the program at Western Michigan. They get more NIL than the football team and the hockey and the basketball team in terms of the scale of how much the valuations are different between football players, basketball players, and hockey players. They have one of the biggest NIL budgets in terms of a hockey school. They also, in the next 2 years, we're adding our new facilities down in downtown Kalamazoo, and that is supposed to be the best facility in college hockey. They went around and toured every facility around the country and got the inside scoop, and they were like, all right, we should add this. And the main goal was, no, we should add that, but make it better and improve it. So everything in this building is about innovation, and it's about giving every single guy on this team the facilities that they need for pre-game, post-game, aftercare. And that's such a big thing. When I was talking to the guys, they were like, the facilities are going to be tier one. Like, it's going to continue to bring in the top guys. And you're going to see Western Michigan continue to ascend. It would not be shocking to me if this was the first of many national championship appearances and hopefully titles.
Well, we'll see you in Vegas next year. That's what I'm hearing right now. Why don't let's all make plans. We'll all go to Vegas next year. We'll have both Western Michigan and Michigan State there. That'll be a great time. So for people that are looking to come up there and quite frankly join the party and or get laid because of their association with the team.
To get laid.
Where's the hub at? Well, I mean, let's shoot straight.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a good
if
weekend
I'm
to get
Justin,
laid.
I'm walking around in my jersey right now with the C on it and go, you're damn right I'm captain.
Right.
Serve your captain. Justin, where's the hub? Are you at
Don't know if it
Lawson?
works like
Where's the hub? Is that like Party Central at
Yeah,
Lawson?
it's in the neighborhoods behind Lawson, and they're just around here. They all live back here and around in the neighborhood, and they were walking down in their jersey yesterday talking to everybody, and they were lighting up the night. Everyone wanted to talk to them. Everyone wanted to take pictures with them. They were having a great time, and as they should. Like I was thinking about this while we were sitting around the campfire, and I was imagining if I was at a school like Michigan or Michigan State, how rare it really is to just have like a 40-50 person function with the whole hockey team there celebrating their national championship, like so intimate, so like great, and they're just talking, they're chatting, they're having a good time, they're enjoying everyone being there, and the vibes are absolutely immaculate in Kalamazoo right now. That's all I gotta say.
Is anybody going to class? Hurricane Esther, is anybody going to class in Kalamazoo today, or no? We good?
Oh, I'm missing class right now to do this interview because I'd like to be straight up. I'm sorry, Professor Brown. I should be in class right now, but I got to do my job. No, national champions, I got to be here. So I'm sorry, Professor Brown.
Spenny brings up a good point.
Professor Brown, cancel the fucking class.
Yeah, like, what are we doing?
Come
What
on.
are we doing?
You're better than that, Brownie. You're better than that.
What are we doing
Yeah.
over there on the campus at Western? Can we ask the question? Why are there classes today and
It
tomorrow?
makes
Why?
no sense.
I have no idea. It's kind of a criminal act. I have a non-negotiable presentation I have to do at 2:00 that I'm already dressed for. Like I'm wearing this shirt. I got khakis on too. And
fuck all that, bro.
this is one of our final presentations. Didn't move it. Didn't do anything. I got to show up, and then I'm going straight from there to my interview with the heavyweights, and then I'm going to the rally. So there's making it so much more hectic and not letting me enjoy the day. But we'll enjoy the day and the night when the real party starts and we start having a good time.
All right, well, Justin, we appreciate you, taking some Motrin and jumping on with us. Get it in, man. Have fun, man. Forget those classes, bro.
Serve
Don't
your
go
cat.
tomorrow
Man,
either.
fuck that presentation.
Yeah. Congrats, my
Thanks,
friend.
guys. I
FTC.
appreciate it.
Yeah. There
Hey,
it is.
go Broncos, Natty Chips, baby. Come on.
Let's go.
Give me
Turn
my
up.
moment.
Let that hate out
All
your
right,
heart,
peace,
deal.
guys.
Later.
Let that hate out your heart.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out Justin, man.
The look on your face. Seriously, what?
Because he says go Broncos.
Can we be honest? You'd be doing the same thing he is, man. That's except like
Well, I would have been all in with Western
I
the whole
would,
time.
I would
Here
put
you
the
go.
jersey on. I would spit shine that C, and I would walk around and just point at it.
Yeah.
That's it. I just nothing else. And you know what I'm pointing at. I'm not pointing at the C, okay? I mean, that's just what a dream.
You
That-
are pointing at the sea.
You're pointing
yeah,
at the
yeah,
sea.
that's for sure. Yeah,
But for real though,
not that C.
Right.
all ball busting aside, I guess. Congrats to Western Michigan. Those guys for sure, man. You guys deserve it, and congratulations, man. You went big bad Boston University. They went right through the teeth of it all too. So congrats to them, and enjoy it.
That's
Kalamazoo, get it in. And Western Michigan administration,
Cancel classes.
cancel the
What are
classes
they
for
doing?
Christ's sake,
Yeah,
man.
It's a national championship. Cancel the
At
classes.
Western, though. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is like.
They should have the
unbounded
week off.
territory.
They should have the week off. Absolutely.
That's a bad look,
you
Western.
You talk about a financial influx into the city. If you cancel classes for a couple days, everybody's gonna be out partying.
Imagine the
buying
bar
shit.
scene
Yeah.
in downtown Kalamazoo tonight
man.
and tomorrow.
You'll make so much money for those guys.
Cancel
Yes.
the classes,
Come on.
Western Michigan administration. Get on board here.
Can I speak on behalf of a lot of hockey fans, and I venture to say more hockey fans than anybody thinks. Can we stop with the Butchergrass stuff? Are we allowed to do that? Can we somebody
You about the college hockey?
Somebody needs to fucking stop it. Somebody really needs to stop. It's unlistenable. I'm sorry.
Damn.
I'm sorry. It is.
They try to force the guys on ESPN.
Oh my gosh, knock it. Honest to God, my phone was blowing up. People are going, dude, I'm enough. And it's like, you turn the volume down. You
Yeah,
have
it's
to.
painful.
You have to turn and it's a bit. Thank you for everything you've done for hockey. You don't know the first thing about what's going on during the game. And it shows. Anybody that knows the game, even a modicum, knows that you don't know what you're talking about. And yet he's consistently crammed down the throat. So I just needed to get that off my chest.
That is
Fair.
I feel
Burn in the super chat figures that it took a team from West Michigan to bring hockey glory back to Michigan. Thank you, Western, for healing Michigan hockey. And then we'll wrap it up. We will wrap it up with this one, and I think it's very, very good advice, and I think it's very, very true. And it's from I'm Salty. So everybody in Western, I'm Salty. Remember, chlamydia lasts longer than a championship.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
I mean, it's a factual statement. It does.
The clap.
Sean, it does.
The clap.
I wouldn't know.
Also find it funny how Justin is doing the Woodward Sports Media Tour on every show but E&E.
Oh, yeah.
But, it's just,
I mean, I don't know. Chlamydia is curable. The championship is forever.
Yeah.
Go get some chlamydia. You can.
And if they
go
don't
get
have
some
it, if they don't have it yet, they'll come up with
Yeah.
something.
No,
you
no,
would think, right?
It's
that
already
on your shirt.
cured.
Yeah.
It's already cured.
Yeah.
Chlamydia's curable.
Chlamydia,
That's-
gonorrhea, syphilis,
Yeah,
those three already have cures.
So from now on,
I paid attention to health class. Sue me.
whenever we read I'm Salty's messages, we have to fact check them first.
Yeah,
So
I want that shirt in the Woodward
Yes,
store.
go get some
Get yourself
chlamydia.
some chlamydia.
And
Like,
with the Spinny
I'm
thumbs
in.
up. Yes.
What do you mean?
Spinny smiling while he said, "Go get some
They
chlamydia."
got free clinics. Like, I mean, there's campus clinics.
Yeah,
You
take
go-
advantage of your resources on
and clear
campus,
that-
kids.
Clear that shit up in a weekend, brother. Nannies forever.
Mike G in the chat, I failed as a journalist. Now, actually, Mike, I was thinking about it, but I wanted to give the kid his moment. So Mike G said it. Should have asked Jesus, which natty do you love more, Michigan football or Western Michigan hockey?
Oh,
He loves them both.
Heavyweights.
He loves them both equally.
Can only pick one.
No, you
Yeah.
know
Gun to
what?
your head.
Get him on the heavyweight.
He'd pick,
We got him on.
he'd pick
I'll-
hockey. He'd pick hockey.
I think he'd pick hockey.
He'd pick
too.
hockey.
Well, it depends.
Juices, are you still watching? Hit us up. You know what? I'm gonna
Especially
text the
after
kid.
the experience he had the past couple days. Like,
Yeah, that's different.
What if you would have asked him that before the Michigan national championship game?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Which one would you take? He'd take Michigan football, and if he doesn't say that, he's a liar.
Oh, here you go.
He's a liar.
Why you gotta be a liar?
Go get some chlamydia.
I didn't start this.
Right.
Get
Neil,
yourself
go get some chlamydia, man. Goddamn, you're too uptight, bro.
It's not a death sentence. Like, you know. It's not.
There's
it's
no
not-
way-
It's not like
That's the
it's
message
not
of the
something
day.
you want.
Right.
But like if I want a natty and the downside was I got chlamydia, I'm taking it.
Hey, I can't say I don't agree with him. I can't say
Like
that.
if you can tell me, Spencer, you'll get chlamydia right now because you're partying MSU's national championship. Sign
You're
me
in.
up. Yeah. What do you mean?
Just a little bit of scratching. You just
You're
got a little bit of
absolutely in.
scratching.
like I
Right?
said, it's a tough weekend, but you grit it out, man. You just want a natty.
A little bit of scratching, but you'll be all right.
I just got done gritting my workout out at Planet Fitness, by
Did
the
you
way.
get chlamydia there?
No, I did not, because it's clean facilities in Planet Fitness. Sparkling clean
Elite.
facilities. Elitely clean facilities. You can take your shower, get dry, all your stuff you got to do, you can do at Planet Fitness. And guess what? The Black Card, $24.99 a month, get you access to any Planet Fitness in the world. Saturday, I was down in Florida. Coconut Creek, Planet Fitness. Just walked right in, nothing changed, everybody. So, except the weather was nicer. That was it. And again, over 50 of them in the Metro Detroit area. And they got the deal going on right now. Black Card, $24.99 a month. Get it in, everybody. I've been a member over 3 years, and I'll never be a member at a different gym. I just never will, because Planet Fitness has it all. I'm telling you guys. There's no research to do. Just go to Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts, Dr. Jeff Pierce, here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit him at MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or give him a call at 248-426-9944.
Back at it, Neil Rule, Sean Belizean in for DMAC, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge as well. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. And yeah, Western Michigan won a national championship in hockey. In the chat, we just talked to Justin. He'll be on the heavyweights. They're going to ask him the tough questions.
Yeah.
I let him live. Spenny will not. But anyway, with that being said, I go to the chat because I want to see what they have to see about the game. Dominant performance by Western Michigan. Asked every question.
Yeah.
Instead, I get this. DNC ENT. The clinics are open if class is in session
Facts.
still.
Yeah.
So there it is.
I don't know if they got sparrows in Western. Like, I don't know. Shout out Sparrow. They hooked me up a couple times.
Also, Sandy
ankle.
Vecina in the chat. Haven't seen you. I haven't seen Sandy in a minute.
Yeah.
But returns to say this. Chlamydia's gone in a week except for the medicine. It makes you ish your brains out. I heard this from a friend.
Oh.
I can second that. I can second that from a friend.
Well, there you go.
Ryan's reaction. I moved back to Michigan in 2021. Tigers make playoffs, Lions playoff, Pistons playoffs. University of Michigan wins a natty, Western wins a natty. Now it's time for the Red Wings. Yes.
Yeah. It's been an eventful 5 years. It really has.
Yeah, it certainly has.
Now it's time for the Lions to win the Super
big
Bowl.
facts.
Dude.
I'm sick of that drop.
Lions are next.
Yep.
They gotta be, right?
You would think.
Tigers took 2 of 3 in Minnesota over the weekend.
Minnesota.
And it was, Sean, like, look, it's fine. You know, they got the series
won the
win.
series,
They
yep.
keep stacking the series. I get disappointed because I'm big on the sweep, because the sweep is the chance to make the move.
Sure. I get
Because you sweep it, you're 3 games above 500 for the weekend. You take 2 or 3, you're 1 game above 5. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a huge game. And they came up empty. And, like, look, I'm not going to kill them on it. It's just, like, here's the deal. Every time that we think that we're free, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get a game like Sunday where when you look at that box score, man,
Yeah.
it was ugly. Ugly. From, what was it? From Colt Keith down.
Yeah, Colt Keith has been. Yeah.
From Colt Keith down in the box. And they're like, look,
Yeah.
I don't have these big problems with everybody except for Javi Baez that everybody else has.
Wait, you don't hate Javi Baez. You're mad at ownership.
Kent.
Correct. And
And
Kenta
Kenta.
Maeda.
You
But yeah,
love Javi and his new hips, who's been playing well.
5 through 9, more on that in a minute. We update the Javi watch. 5 through 9 yesterday went 1 for 17. So can't win a baseball game
Not
that
gonna
way.
win a lot of games doing that.
Yeah, can't win a baseball game that way.
And I think it's
But we have to remember, though, this is within this team. Like,
Yeah.
it's in there.
Yeah,
When
but
they lose, it's going to look like
the
that.
takeaway is that more times than not, I think you've seen the Tigers that you saw in the first 2 games as opposed to the Tigers we saw in that last game. And that's what you need. Like you said, if you keep stacking series up, then eventually it's going to add up and you're going to look up and be like, oh, damn, they're actually a pretty solid team. And right now they're top of the AL Central. This is all we could have asked for from this team that's still trying to recover from a lot of their injuries. You know, they got Gleyber Torres back. That's a plus. But going forward, as soon as they get some of their outfielders back, I feel like this team will take another step in the right direction. So
I told you last week I'm done being that guy. And I'm serious when I say that. I am done being that guy that sits there and tries to pick apart all the things that they don't have. I'm really at the point where I'm doing the flip side, and I'm going. And you'll remember this, Neil, Lovie Smith, where the Bears had this miraculous run one year, and Rex Grossman was the quarterback.
Man.
There's no way in hell that's happening twice, right? And every week he got bombarded, and Lovie Smith would look in the camera and go, "We're 8-2. I'm going to enjoy this while it lasts. Let's just keep winning football games." And that's where I'm at with this baseball team right now. There are a lot of things, if I want to be that guy, I'm going to pick on. And I've picked on them here, especially that infield defense, okay? But you know what? The Detroit Tigers are 9-6. They're in first place. I like what I see most every series now. Because to your point about the sweep, when you get swept by the Dodgers to start things out, you got to mix in a sweep of your own pretty soon. And they did. In fairness, they did. They swept the Sox. You go win some series now, and Neil, this is where I come back around to you, and find a way to sweep an inferior team one time, then we're cool. And this is a big week for them. Let's face it. Milwaukee, 3 games in Milwaukee,
Yep.
they can't be very happy with what's been
Right.
going on.
They in the same boat as the Tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
They had a similar start.
And then KC comes in. So, yeah, instead of sitting back and saying what they don't have and this injury and that injury, I don't know. Guys, they're 9-6 and in first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they were healthy, would we be asking for much more?
No.
I don't know.
I think they
don't
would be
know.
better if they were fully healthy. We might
Yeah,
be a
but
couple more
I
wins
think,
in the
like,
belt.
expectations before the season, where do you think the Tigers will be? 9-6, 10-5.
Everybody
right?
thought they would have a slow start based on the
Right.
injuries that they had.
That's
So
what
no,
I'm
this is
saying,
a
man.
positive for me.
I'm not going to bitch about it.
I agree. There are, there's a lot of things that are very good about this stretch, but I think there is one thing that you can expect more from, and one thing that you can you want more from and need more from on this team right now, and that's Riley Green.
Yes, sir.
I know Flannel's not going to like to hear that. But
No, Flannel addressed it earlier.
yeah, Riley Green, he's won for his last 23. I think he has 1 hit in his last 6 games. He needs to be better, and games like yesterday are going to happen where 5 through 9 goes 1 for 7
Yeah,
or 1
that's-
for 9.
that's the weakness
That's
of the
the
team.
because of the injuries, because of 5 through 9 contains Kreidler and Baez and McKinstry,
who was playing well, but
instead of
McKinstry.
Wenzel Perez and Matt Vierling and Parker Meadows being in there. You're going to have games like that, and that's where you need your stars to step up. That's where you need your dudes to step up, and Riley Green was your dude. He's your guy. He's your all-star. He needs to go out there, and he needs to be better flat out. There's no excuse for him. There is no, all right, he's at least they're winning. No, he needs to be better if this team wants to consistently play the level of baseball they have been playing. And Spencer Torkelson has been amazing.
Yeah,
and so Riley Green needs to step up.
But you're not concerned, are you, Spenny?
No,
Riley
it's
will be fine. It's
a
an
slump.
early season slump.
It's a slump. It's a bad slump, but he'll get out of it.
I think a lot of people knew what he was, though, and I go back. I got into it with Flannel last year about this late in the summer. KG, if you remember.
Yeah, I do.
I think he's a good player.
I've had the same question.
I think people want to put him on a pedestal. No, listen, people want to put him on a pedestal. He doesn't belong yet. He's a good player. Like tell me if there's a commonality there, Neil. We've had that conversation about quite a few players. See the Detroit Red Wings. He's a good player. I'm not anti-Riley Green. I think what a lot of people ask me to do is ask me to call him something he's not yet. And we all have to worry about his legs, but I'm going to let that go too.
Yeah.
Like that's my own personal edict. I'm going to stop worrying about things that could go wrong and start focusing on things that are going right with this baseball team. I've been personally, for me, Neil, I've been on this train far too long. So you know what? I'm going to sit back and try to enjoy this.
It's been more positive than negative, though.
Right.
So you got a reason.
100%.
You got a reason.
Yeah,
you're right.
And like you said, it's just a slump. Nobody's saying this is what Riley Green is. He's a bust. No, he's slumping right now. He'll get out of it. He's proven that he is an all-star level player in the MLB. That's what I expect him to be.
No, and like, look, when I brought that up, and the way I brought it up was, it's just those games are big because sweeps are big.
Yeah.
And say Milwaukee takes 2 or 3 in this series, then it's a 500 road trip versus a winning road trip. You know, because the Twins stink.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
They do stink.
And even if you look at the White Sox sweep, that was a big deal. Like
it's a swing game.
Yeah.
That third game is always a
It was a
swing
big
game.
deal.
So that's the reason I bring it up.
Neil, I told you I was watching one of the MLB Network shows, and everybody was like dropping their pants over the Twins. I don't get it.
I don't either.
Man, I told
get
you.
it. I really don't get it. I'm more worried about the Royals than anybody, and I'm serious when I say that. I with all due respect to the Guardians, because they have some kind of crazy witchcraft every year. You know they do. I'm more worried about the Royals than anything else. And
I am too. Yeah.
Neil, I got to get this one back to you. I'm sorry.
What?
Steve in the chat. Neil, I would rather have anyone than Javi checks Ryan Kreidler's stats. OPS 283, averaging 111.
Yeah, Ryan
Well,
Kreidler's
it's all right.
bad.
Well, I was gonna say, you know what? I'll
I'm
address.
sorry, I
I'll
had to
address.
get
Hey, I'll
that
address
to you.
that when we come back.
I had to.
Because I keep seeing that in the chat
I
as well.
read it in your voice. Like I had
I'll
to.
address it when we come back. How about that?
All
Is
right.
that fair?
Ryan
Yes.
Kreidler's
Okay.
bad.
No, it's bad.
Let's do it. Where can they find Woodward on socials?
They can find him everywhere on socials at Woodward Sports. Just make sure if there's a social media outlet, Woodward Sports has a big presence there. YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, wherever you get your social media from, you can find Woodward Sports live only at Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com. The bats are hot, and the weather is getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters. Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. You can still use that promo code Woodward1000. Scan the QR code above my head, make your first deposit using the code Woodward1000. Then when you make your first bet, if it loses, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet, all the way up to $1,000, everyone. That's the way that it works. It's Caesars, man. So you know the app is clean. It's easy to navigate. It's not glitching out on you. None of that. They're one of the OGs in the sports betting game. Use that code Woodward1000. And as we talked about, if your first bet loses, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet. But you got to use the code Woodward1000. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Sean Belizian in for DMAC, KG, Spencer Raxter, and, of course, Chase in the Chase Lounge. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, you want to skip the line, use the Super Chat. That option's up there as well.
And, shout out real quick to, where's the comment? Lumberjack Zach in the Woodward Sports chat. It says, Woodward going to be all over the Kalamazoo media for promoting the clap.
Damn right.
The clap is temporary. Championships are forever.
They are. That is true.
Go get some chlamydia, man. Message of the day. Go get some chlamydia.
Don't search it out. You don't gotta go find it. But if it happens, it happens.
It happens.
Yeah,
It's organic.
it's like
Don't
stepping
worry
in
about
dog shit. No one wants to do it, but don't let it ruin your day.
You can deal with it.
Yeah,
There's measures
you
you
can
can
get
take.
the dog shit off your shoe.
I love y'all, dog. I swear to God, I love y'all.
Yeah, no, that's it. But yeah, in the chat, because somebody kept bringing it up. But somebody was bringing it up and talking about it. So I wanted to take a look. Let's do...
yeah, that was Steve that brought
Yeah,
Javi
Steve brought
watch.
that up. Let's do Javi Watch, shall we? Javi did not play yesterday.
That's why we
didn't.
lost.
So I checked... Well, that's what somebody said.
He had
so
a
I
big
checked
walk
notes.
over the weekend. Big walk.
A big walk. Now, he is 2 for his last 11, which is below 200, with 5 strikeouts in those last 11 at-bats. The average, no one's talking. The average is down to 286 all of a sudden.
Still,
I was told he was Tony Gwynn.
still 286.
Well, until the next at-bat.
Yeah.
I was told he was Tony Gwynn.
Nobody said
I was
that.
told people are voting for him for the All-Star game.
Nobody ever said that.
Did they not?
Nobody said
I was
that.
told he was back.
He is back.
He is back.
Nobody said he was going to
Okay.
the All-Star game, but he's back.
That's fine.
I can't get that head image out of my head. You know how they have those old school pictures? There's like the splendid Splinter Ted Williams looking at a bat. Tony Gwynn's next to him going, And then there's Javi on the other side. He's got his 3 of baseball's greatest hitters together in one photo. It would be unbelievable.
Well, those are the facts. He's 2 for his last 11 with 5 strikeouts. He almost has as many strikeouts as hits now.
Here comes the hate. Hate it up, hate it up, hate it up.
Can someone confirm those numbers and
Hate on the
and
disc.
say in
Hate
fact that
with
it's
your
not
tongue.
hate? It is merely a factual statement. KG, do you not believe the numbers that I just told
No,
you?
I absolutely believe the numbers you just told me.
So they are. It is true. What I say is true.
What I also believe
No,
is
KG.
that
What I
Javi-
say is true.
What I also believe is that Javi has had a decent start to the season.
Okay, well, I never said he didn't. I just said
Yeah,
I look
I
at the
sure
numbers.
ain't
He's
heard
2
it.
for his last 11 with 5
I done heard
strikeouts
everything
and
else,
has
but
almost
he's
as
had
many
a decent
strikeouts as
season.
hits. For Javi.
Sean, did you hear him say he had a decent
No,
year?
KG. Can we say it's a decent season for Javi?
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Clap it up.
See that?
It's a
Look
good
how we
season.
We
did that.
making progress.
I would say
We
it's
are.
a good season for Javi. So
Yeah, arguably.
But I'm concerned on the trend.
I understand.
fair.
Okay.
Let's
All right.
keep
Here-
faith in those hips.
This popped in my head when I was flying home yesterday. And I bounced this off a couple of my baseball text buddies. You know what I've learned about the baseball? We're about 10% of the way in now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I've learned about the baseball season, in particular the American League? Why not the Tigers?
Uh-oh.
For real.
It's
like,
wide open.
Like in the American League.
That's why you need Riley Green. To
Why not the Tigers? For
Okay.
real. Like, we're flawed. No doubt. I just talked about it. 5 through 9 in lineup yesterday was 1 for 17. And
Yeah.
we're going to have those games.
That's
and
fine.
that's fine. The Twins stink. They stink. The Yankees are just as flawed as anybody else. Their pitching is our 5 through 9 hitting.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. They'll have days where it's okay and you'll get away with it. But overall, they're flawed too.
I think
they're
they've
just as
regressed.
flawed as anybody else.
Yeah.
Hey, go across this American League. What, the Angels are in first place? Sean?
I told you at the beginning of the season, I thought that Texas was going to take a big step back up. And before this weekend started, they were 9-4, and I felt pretty good about it. And then they got pounded by the Mariners.
Yeah.
So to your point,
The Mariners stink.
that's exactly it.
They stink.
To,
Are the Angels
to
really
your
at first
point,
Yeah.
the Jays are flawed. The Rangers are flawed. The Angels, I mean, what
Yeah,
what
like,
a
what?
woe-begone
The
franchise.
Yankees
That
are
shit don't
flawed.
even make sense.
Yes. It's now, here's the thing. You know as well as I do, when these series get short, there's a premium on pitching. You see it time and time again, and I always joke, somebody make sure to never tell Brian Cashman that, because that seems to be the Yankees' kryptonite each and every year as they get outpitched when they lose. The Tigers have the pitching that can go win a series. They really,
And Sean, that's
truly
it.
do.
It goes back to what I talk about too. And here's the deal. The playoff game of baseball flips, where over the course of 162 games, it's how can you score runs.
Mm-hmm.
In the playoffs, the pitching takes center stage because the bench shrinks. The bullpen shrinks. You don't see Kenta Watch out there on the playoff roster.
You're gonna need to do
He'll be
Kenta
a
Watch.
memory.
Yeah.
If he's not already a memory by then.
Do you remember who closed out the Yankees to win the World Series last year? Like, seriously, just off the top of your head. And there's a reason why I bring this up. They have a dominant closer that came in and they stretched him out too far. And then they put out Walker Buehler on one-day rest to close out the Yankees in Game 5 of the World Series. And the motherfucker goes out there 1, 2, 3, including 2 strikes. And I think, Neil, the reason why I bring that up is that supports your point. The Tigers could do something like that. They could.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not writing Casey Mize safe yet. I'm not. He's not
understandable.
marked safe yet.
But
I wanna
he's
be
look good.
crystal clear when I say that. Okay. But do you feel pretty good about Jack Flaherty? I do. Even
Yeah,
though he
absolutely.
was bad Jack in that day, he started that game and they got down in the hole. What was it, 5-0
Yeah,
or whatever?
yeah.
They had to come back. I feel pretty good about Jack.
No,
I feel really good about Tarek
Yo,
Skubal.
1 through 5 is pretty nasty. Like, on any given day, you could win that pitching matchup. Joe.
I feel good about Casey Mize.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jackson Jobe, I think, can we all agree? We needed to see that.
Yeah, efficiency. Yes.
We did. We needed to see. I'm sick and tired. The one thing I cannot, I'm bludgeoned by this in the last decade with the Detroit Tigers. I'm tired of hearing how good guys are. You need to show me something before I get excited, okay? Jackson Jobe showed us something.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did. He's got nasty stuff, and my jersey made it to the
Right?
house. So.
Same thing. And Spenny, I'm not marking him safe either. But I feel good about Casey Mize.
You should.
I feel good about Jackson Jobe.
You should.
You know, so and Reese Olson, if that's our de facto 5 when all is said and done, okay, I'm
But
cool
he's
with
consistent. He's consistent 3
Right.
ERA guy. You
Fine,
don't need him
and
to
I'm
do
cool with
nothing
that
special.
too.
So yeah.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Burn in the Super Chat. Tigers are number 1 in the AL, followed by the Angels. Nobody in the chat. Mom said to turn off the STD pod I'm listening to. Well, welcome into Woodward Sports and Big D Energy.
What's up, Mom?
Yeah.
All right.
But no,
What,
it's
you
just...
think she was listening to her medical chart or something?
Is your mom still watching? Mom, you know what you'd be doing if your school won the national championship.
She might have had it at one point.
Come
No, I'm
on.
talking-
That's what I said. She listening to her medical
Honestly,
chart?
That's what. Come on. Let's not pretend.
Everybody got a good chlamydia 9 a year.
Yeah,
you know?
nothing wrong with
Michigander 1212. Take a chill pill. It's only April. Let's talk about it in August about why not the Tigers. I'm getting my hopes up. I'm not getting my hopes up because it's too damn early. No, but Michigander,
He sounds like me.
we're 10% of the way in. Like, it's not nothing. It's not like you can't make a definitive claim.
No.
But anybody who's opened up and surging has kind of come back to reality. Anybody who has been awful to start the season is getting back to where that's how baseball works. Like, it always ends up around where it's supposed to be. And I was thinking about it, and I was
That is great right there. That is legends.
3 legends.
no doubt, no doubt. But
That was the best I could get. I was trying hard.
So damn good.
I was trying hard to get
No, can I talk to Michigander for a second, dude? 100%. You're not wrong.
Yeah, but hey, Andy Dufresne said it best. Hope is a good thing.
And
It
this
is.
Maybe the best of
And
things.
can I say this? This is the difference because you sounded like me until about a week ago. Like, honest to goodness. Can I say this is I've seen more good than bad for a while now. Okay? The way that they finished the season. And I was one of those guys that said, hey, guys, there's no way they can replicate that. I don't believe it. You cannot do what they did with pitching chaos. You can't. That's not going to happen. And you know what? That's not how they're winning right now.
No.
They're winning with the bats.
They're winning with the bats, and they're winning with pretty damn good pitching. So, for me, like Michigander, you do you. I'm not telling you how to cheer. But that's why I dropped it and said, you know what? I'm going to do the opposite. I'm just going to enjoy this.
And you're going to need performances from your 5 through 9 guys, like you brought up, to continue doing what they're doing. I think Zach McKinstry's having a great year so far, and that's been a pleasant surprise. Yeah. Trey Sweeney, he's been okay. Javi Baez has had improved play. So that's all we
Not
can
the last
ask
3
for.
games.
Well, listen, anyway, he's had improved play. And this is all you can ask for from your bottom of the
But he sought out
batting lineup
mentorship.
guys.
He sought out mentorship.
Exactly. See, he's getting better. He's training with the greats, man.
Look what Bonds is sitting there going, I never thought of that, Javi. Man, my career would have been so much better if I had your wisdom.
Yeah, man. I should have got a new hip, too.
Robert Colosia, fun fact, Tony Gwynn had 170 consecutive at-bats without a strikeout.
I tried to get Tony Gwynn in there, but AI was not. I
having
guess
it?
they don't know who Tony Gwynn is because they're putting in Mexican dudes. I was like, this guy it doesn't look like him at all.
Tony Gwynn.
Yeah, which is the longest streak in 40 years. Very Javi of him. FYI, Ariza streak just ended at 52 at-bats without a strikeout last week. So there's that as well. I did see a reel on social media. Who was it? John Smoltz, Pedro Martinez, and Greg Maddux struck Tony Gwynn out 3 times.
Yeah.
Combined.
Yeah.
Fake stuff.
Yeah.
My dad shows me all that stuff all the time, like with the Tony Gwynn stats, the Nolan Ryan stats.
Maddox is the best I've
Yeah.
ever seen, and I'll die
Yeah.
saying that.
Yeah.
He the way that guy.
Did you see the video of how he would call his own pitches?
Yes. The way that he and I'm
Fucking sicko,
telling
dude.
you, if you
He would,
ever
like the way he received the ball from the catcher,
Yeah.
like if he caught it like this or like this,
Yeah.
or if he put it in his other hand first, would be the pitch that he's
Oh,
gonna throw.
wow. That's fire.
I like if you ever saw the guy, you would have never believed it. He looked like a librarian who, in a former life, I used to beat him up for his milk money.
Well,
He
didn't they
really
call him
did.
the professor?
Yeah, he had these
was.
little glasses on. He had the sunken chest. This kind of stuff. Like, honestly, it was. I went to an All-Star game and saw him, and honestly, you know how it is. I'm not trying to sound like a douche. You don't get in awe often. I was in awe when I saw Greg Maddux.
Oh,
Guys,
he's for the young bucks out there, go search up some clips of him pitching.
I put him on a pedestal, man,
Man.
and he deserves it. And I'll say the same thing. Barry Bonds is the same. I don't care what anybody says. I'll never
Greatest
see
hitter I ever
will
seen.
never see a better hitter.
My dad loves Nolan Ryan. That's his guy. Nolan Ryan's like his favorite.
Seems like a very Danny Raxter kind of guy.
He tells me all the time that Nolan Ryan had 7 no-hitters, right? He had 12 one-hitters and 18 two-hitters.
Yes.
Like, that's fucking
nuts.
nuts, dude.
That's nuts,
What?
Woodward Sports chat thread. Pete Smith. Also, the Tigers are the only team in the Central that has a plus run differential. Burn, I'm tired of that too early talk. Let me be happy now. Let Burn live, everybody.
Damn right.
Let Burn live.
Burn. I've seen the light. I seriously, I have. I'm not joking. I think I told you guys. My kid called me out. He's like, "Dad, you become that guy," and I was like, "Ugh." Like, I keep waiting for something bad to happen. I keep pointing out all the bad things, and it's like, nah. They've earned this now. I think they've earned a little bit. If this was, if listen, the last month and a half of last year didn't happen, they didn't earn. They earned this,
right.
Neil.
Yeah.
They have earned it.
I kind of want to bring it up right now, but I know we're up against a break, and if I do, it'll probably we'll take the break.
Just tease it.
And then
Yeah,
I'll see wherever it goes from here. But I want to follow up on that, like for real. Like
What's the thought creeping in the back of your head?
it's just, I want to talk about that more, like for real.
'Cause I
Why
get it.
not? Why not the Tigers
Yeah.
in the American League? Why not the Tigers? Javi's seeking counsel of Barry Bonds
There you go.
and
There you
baseball's greats. We have photos of it.
They
There
getting
he is
ready.
right
They
there.
getting ready.
Look how dumb that picture is. Bonds is in a Reds jersey for no reason.
I literally spelled it out. I said, can I have a picture of Javi Baez in a Detroit Tigers uniform, Barry Bonds in a Pittsburgh Pirates uniform, and Pete Rose in a Cincinnati Reds uniform? And
The
then-
greatest hitters of all time
It got
holding
two
court
of them.
with each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah. But
Bonds
I think
played
Pete
for the
Rose
Reds.
has a Pirates hat on, too. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
Red-
it does.
Can we put him in the Hall of Fame now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like
Come on, bro.
he's dead.
Absolutely.
Like I know.
It'll happen.
Like he
That
died,
shit, Rob.
so you guys won. All right, like
he had to die. You know it.
baseball. You guys
Bro,
won.
he literally on
Okay.
his deathbed wrote y'all a letter like pleading to get in,
That
bro.
shit's
Y'all
so
still didn't do
fucked
it.
up.
Like that shit weak, bro.
He had to die. That's the reality of it.
Yeah, but that's so
he had to
weak.
die.
I
Get over
agree.
your fucking
That's
self
the
and your fucking
MLB
feelings.
writers and the MLB, the Hall of Fame, those guys are such.
We've had those segments here.
Ichiro not being consensus.
Yeah,
first
like-
all one guy,
Like, what?
one dude was like, "No, I don't think Ichiro Suzuki is a Hall of Famer."
Are
Get
you
the
out your
fuck
Was
out.
it-
fucking mind?
Same
Was
with
it Mariano
Jeter, like,
Rivera the only
one of
ever
the greatest
first
hitters
ballot unanimous
Only
Hall of Famer?
unanimous
What
first
he
ballot.
he was?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Mo was the only unanimous first ballot.
Like
Hall of
what
Famer.
was different?
Yeah,
That's-
exactly.
I would love to see the guy that voted for him that didn't vote for Ichiro. Hey, bro, well, get him on the
Right, yeah.
heavyweight.
It's
It
fucking
was-
Get him on
Ichiro,
our
bro.
show.
Did you
I
not
will-
watch the
I
I
will
games?
say
Like,
this until the day I die: the swarminess from Major League Baseball writers is amongst the
Yeah,
most disgusting
self-righteous pieces
in
of shit.
all of sports
Yes.
because every single one of them knew exactly what was going on in the summer that McGuire and Sosa brought
But they
baseball
love
back.
those clicks and
Exactly,
newspaper
They
sales.
loved every
Embrace the
second
best
of it.
era of fucking baseball that ever existed.
Everybody
Embrace
loves
it.
steroids in baseball.
They loved
It made the
every
game so
second
much
of it.
better. This is why the NFL is beating you now. It used to be America's pastime. It ain't no more.
When McGuire, when the questions really started, he was at his stall at Coors Field. I'm not making this up. And I was in the scrum, and there was this giant canister that looked like one of those whey protein things, right?
Yeah.
And this dude just kind of looked over and goes, "What's that?" And I shit you not, McGuire goes, "Oh, nothing," like that. And if he didn't react that way, I don't know if the questions start, but that's when, tell me if you remember this quote, Androstene Dione
Yeah, Andrew.
became part of the vernacular because
Yeah.
you saw plain as day on the canister Androstene Dione. It was at the All-Star game at Coors Field in 1998. We didn't start having public discussions about this for what? 5-6 years? Like y'all knew.
Well, it didn't fit the narrative at that time.
Exactly,
bro.
You all,
And to single out and punish specific people for the era that y'all allowed to happen, like that shit is weak to me.
and Bud
That's
Selig
so
had
weak.
one of the most disgusting comments I've ever heard when they started to have. Remember, they called all those guys on Capitol Hill and
Yeah.
Raffy wagged
Waving
the
the
finger
finger,
and all
yeah.
that shit. And Bud Selig, like that unbelievable human being, literally said, "Well, I had never heard of steroids until these things started."
Come
Fuck
on.
outta
you.
here, bro. The
Everybody and
90s
their
was
brother-
filled with steroids. That was the
Everybody
era
and
for
their brother
steroids.
was talking about it like back in 98, 99. And so I think to take the pious point of view is just swarmy and wrong.
I don't know. I don't want to say this is too hot of a topic or too hot of a take, but like, it's harder to hit home runs on steroids than it is with a torpedo bat. Steroids, you still got to barrel it up. You
Yeah.
still got to find the
Thank
sweet
you.
spot.
Steroids,
They're moving
what-
the sweet spot.
I've always said that.
People don't. Steroids was as much about getting on the field for tomorrow's afternoon game after a night game,
Exactly.
as it was because you're going to hit the ball 40 feet. You don't hit the ball 40 feet farther.
Right.
It's about getting on the field. It's so you can work out again and again
Recuperation.
and again and again. That's the point of
Right.
steroids.
Yep.
Like whatever.
and you still
That's
got to
so
hit the
dumb.
fucking ball.
And you still gotta hit the
You
ball.
still got to barrel it up. Like,
And the pitcher's using it when he pitches.
yeah,
to it.
Exactly.
So-
That's even cooler.
And they was using shit sticky stuff like we could go
Yeah.
throughout the fucking
I want to
years.
see
like,
a dude hit 110 on the dial. I do. Like,
So
I
do
like
I.
I
Yeah.
would. Could you imagine if Zoom, you know, like that scene in Rocky IV, like he sits there and they put the jab on him, and Zamaya comes out and he's firing 110? Oh my gosh, how great would that be?
Yeah.
Yes, I want freaks.
I did too.
The freak show, everybody.
Freaks coming
Tell them
out
about
that
jars.
night. What?
Jaws Cannabis.
Oh, Jars Cannabis, that is your boy. Hey, Woodward Sports fans, whether you're hitting the game or just simply chilling, Jars Cannabis has got you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest lineup of rec cannabis products. They've got 27 locations across the state, repping Michigan the big way. 9 locations right here in Metro Detroit, so there's always one nearby. And if you're in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, get ready. New stores are coming your way soon. Go to jarscannabis.com to see where you can get your favorite cannabis products today.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Enough Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. You can get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. I got one lined up after the show. Shout out Emma. You can get a hot Latinx shave, scalp massage, hot towel treatment, all that good stuff. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. It's wicked awesome.
All right, hour number 2, Big D Energy. An hour went by already. Big D Energy, Neil Rule, Sean Belizean, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge, and all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Max Mayer in the chat. You can jump in there. If you want to skip the line, use the super chat. We get to all of them. Max Mayer, do you think Pete Rose is banned due to his SA accusations or just betting issues?
The betting issues.
Betting, yeah.
Well, look, you guys, I was convinced, and you can call me stupid, I was convinced that he did not bet on baseball. When a guy is that adamant about it, I was really, call me dumb.
Yeah.
I was convinced that he didn't bet on baseball. And basically, my understanding is, and you guys tell me if you hear something differently, they had him dead to rights.
Yeah.
And they basically let him know without telling him point blank, you need to confess this. You have to confess this. And it took him 15 years to do that. That fucked him.
Yeah, and I get that, but
that fucked him.
That was okay for back then, but it's 2020, well, back to when he died, 2024. Like, the teams are in bed with sports books at this point. Like, why the hell is you holding that against them? Like, it just makes no sense to me.
I'm convinced it wasn't the crime, it was the lies.
I hear that.
I'm convinced beyond it. And again, I don't know this definitively. My understanding is that basically some MLB people told some of his people, Pete's got to drop this shit because it's making us look bad. If he drops his shit, this will speed up the process. And Pete just wouldn't do it. And again, don't shoot the messenger. That's what I was.
Yeah,
that's what
it shouldn't matter at this point, regardless. If
oh,
he
now,
did,
yeah, okay. But now that he's dead, I mean, the guy should be in the Hall of Fame next year.
Yeah,
like honestly,
like it's not like he Chris Benoit somebody.
Right.
Like it's just fucking sports gambling.
And you take those checks,
all
the time for the betting companies. No, but we were talking about it, and for real, Sean, I just want to kind of wrap this up. Am I crazy? Like for real? Why not the Tigers? And I've yet to get one good reason. Like, why not the Tigers, at least to win the American League? Like, for real, why not? Wait, are they flawed? Sure, they're flawed. Everybody in the American League is flawed.
I don't think
literally everybody.
There's not a super team, and maybe a super team kind of manifests itself as
I don't see the ingredients.
I think it's going to be Texas. I do. I think Texas is going to win the American League. felt that way since the start of the season. But it's not like they're lighting it up right now either. But Neil, to your point, yeah, why not? I mean, look, it's the Dodgers, right? Everybody knows that everybody's aiming for the Dodgers right now. They're the modern-day Yankees, whether we want to admit it or not. That's inconsequential, but why not the Tigers?
If Spencer Torkelson can keep hitting the way he is, and if the rotation can stay healthy, if you can get 4 of your starting 5 to stay healthy all year, then
Which one of them's going to end up getting hurt?
one of them will.
Yeah.
But last year it was 3 of them. So if you get 4 of your starting 5 rotation that can stay healthy all year and give you 30 starts each,
And all you need is 3 of them in the playoffs.
and all you need is 3 of them in the play. And if Spencer Torkelson could not even the way he is, because it's unrealistic to expect him to stay this hot, but if he can hit 30 home runs this year, the Tigers they're gonna make some real noise in the American League. Because like I said, I believe Riley Green will get out of his slump.
Yeah.
You're getting reinforcements back hopefully soon with Veerling pretty soon. Wenzel and Parker Meadows we'll have to see, but why not? The American League is not that tough.
No.
It's not. The Yankees are the best team, and they're very beatable. Like you said, the Rangers are good as well. I still think Kansas City's going to be tough out because they have a top 3 player in baseball right now. So
They're going to be good as long as he's there.
yeah, absolutely.
As long as he's there, they're going to be good.
He is a transcendent superstar.
Yes.
And I've talked about the Tigers needing a transcendent superstar if they want to be an American or a World Series contender, but Torkelson's playing like that right now. I don't expect him to keep this up all year, but I expect him to be damn good.
Max also says in the chat, I think the American League is very weak this year. It may end up just being the hottest team at the time. No, and it could, but it's just, I would even say it, for all the weaknesses that all the teams have in the American League, the team that's best set up for the playoffs, like what their strength is for the playoffs, is the Tigers.
Our pitching is crazy.
The starting pitching parlayed with the bullpen. The bullpen's elite.
Yep.
Like, it's elite. And I still think in this town we sleep on their bullpen,
No, the bullpen
because
is
they
great.
don't have that hammer closer that walks out and strikes out all 3 on 13 pitches and the game's over.
It don't matter. You got 4 guys that can do
Yeah,
it.
and that's what I'm
in your
saying.
lineup.
And like A.J. Hinch, plays the leverage game better than anybody.
And you got Foley and Chafin in the minors still.
Yeah.
So
Foley is in the minors. Some said he was their best reliever.
Yeah.
At one point last year, he was looking like that. So
And he's in the minors. Like,
I hope Chris Fetter's down there, to be honest with you.
I love
Because,
Chris
listen, that for me is not enough is said, in my opinion, about what that bullpen did down the stretch last year. I mean, the Bo Brisky was incredible. It really
Yes.
was. I mean, dude pitched every day.
Tyler Holton.
Can you?
Tyler Holton got Cy Young votes.
Can
for real.
you replicate that?
he may be.
That's huge.
Tyler Holton may be the best reliever in Major League Baseball. One of the best relievers in Major League Baseball. He'll
definitely
never
up
be
there.
viewed that way
arguable.
because he doesn't come out in the bottom of the ninth and close a game again with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball and a hammer changeup,
And
right?
that's fine. You don't
and
need
it,
those
it
guys.
doesn't and it doesn't look pretty and all that stuff.
you have multiple.
Dude, I don't know how much more data you need on Tyler Holton.
Yeah, he's a real deal.
He is as
Yeah.
legit
So
as
is
it
Tommy
gets.
Kahnle. The Tigers have a guy in their bullpen who has the singular one, like that pitch is the best. He's got the best changeup in baseball.
Yeah.
Tommy Kahnle.
No,
does.
that Kahnle signing is the most underrated signing this year.
I got laughed at when we signed Tommy Kahnle. I said we got a fucking demon. Everybody's, oh yeah,
You were
bullpen
called
guy.
a madman.
He is a fucking demon,
Yeah.
dude. He's got the best changeup in baseball, and he's your closer
Well,
because
this-
he strikes people out. And he's gonna throw 20 pitches. It's gonna be 19 fucking changeups, but it's gonna look good.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Thomas Perry. It's a good one. Uncle Neil, AJ is our closer. He's the best in the business.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Facts.
I love that.
Let that man match up, bro. Like I picture him like if he were sitting down to play, he's like the kind of dude that cracks his knuckles when he sits at the table.
Yeah.
You know, like that. Like it is, man. AJ Hinch, manager of the year again. Don't care what you say.
Mm-hmm.
Don't care what you say. So yeah, that's it. All right, there's some football stuff that I wanted to get into, both college and pro. When we come back, I want to touch on this college thing and this Tennessee quarterback situation because I want to have the discussion real quick. Right. And this is something I want to include Spenny in, and I want to include KG
Ruining
in.
my goddamn sport.
Absolutely.
Paid him.
We're off to a good start. Fantastic. Tell them about Mark White.
Mark White, if you're a Tennessee Volunteer and you're moving schools because you're not getting paid $4 million a year.
Yeah.
You might come to Michigan. You might come to Michigan State. You might who knows? The Wild West. Mark White can get you in your dream home. He'll save you up to $5,000 your closing costs. That's right, $5,000. Just visit him at markwhitesells.com or give him a call at 248-290-8242. Mark White will get you into your dream home and save you $5,000. Come on, Mark White.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Neil Rule for Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. They got the great lease deals for you, as you can see on your screen, the Silverado, the Equinox as well, and it's a very, very smooth process. That's kind of my main selling point, I guess you would say, when I talk about Feldman Chevrolet and Nova. I got the key. I said, hey, I want this car. I got the keys in 90 minutes. It played out during the course of the show. You guys all saw it. They have an elite sales team there. And George, the sales manager, the manager of Feldman Chevrolet and Novi, great dude also. So, again, if you're in the market for a new Chevy, Feldman Chevrolet and Novi, deal with the #1 Chevrolet dealer in the state. Feldman Chevrolet and Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer.
Oh, and I know we wanted to talk Tennessee, and I'll try to keep this one brief, but I don't think it's going to go that way. Next week, I'm getting a call up officially. Gonna be on E&E a couple days this week. Oh, you agreed to it? So yeah, Pete's out of town, so they needed to call up. So they're
my boy agreed to it.
I'm getting the call up. They're bringing the lefty in. So yeah.
No, when Stick presented it, I'm like, no way, Spinny say yes to that.
Okay, so I don't know if Stick did it on purpose, but how he did it, it worked, because he was like, I got to talk to you about something, can we? And we talked about it. He's like, Pete's leaving. Can you start doing E&E, and then it'll be, you won't have to get on as early. I was like, no, what? I'm doing BD. I'm not switching. I was like, why would I do that? He's like, oh, it's only for a couple days. I was like, oh yeah, I'll do it for you. I thought he meant like Pete was quitting or something, and I was like, no, I'm doing it. But yeah, this week I'm gonna be filling in for Pete on E&E a couple days. So
nice.
Sorry, Neil. And Neil's speechless, dude. I betrayed him. He can't even say anything.
I will be stepping in Spinny's role during his absence. But.
Okay, so no one's gonna tell me, huh?
Yeah.
We just found all this out today.
No one's going to tell me.
I'm sorry, Neil.
We just found it out today.
It doesn't matter.
Actually, I kind of knew about it the week before, but I was asked the week before, and I said I couldn't do it, so.
Mm-hmm. I'm filling in for my guy Pete. I'm doing Pete a solid.
Yeah, shout out Pete.
Shout out Pete, man. Pete Spivak's good people, by the way.
Pete is the man.
100% great.
I miss his smile. Seriously, I do. Yeah. I miss his. We had so much fun on NFL Sundays. I can't wait for that show to start again. I'm not even being funny, man.
Pete is the man.
Because when he drops his smile when he knows he's got a winner.
Oh yeah.
It's like this sly little. I know something you motherfuckers don't know.
Shitty and grin.
You better act now, because I'm going to win you some money. So that was always fun. Oh look, you got an issue. There's the boss right there. There's the boss right there.
Uh-oh.
You can talk to the boss.
What seems to be the problem?
Neil has a gripe that he was not alerted.
What do you mean gripe? What are you talking about?
Neil has a gripe that he was not alerted that Spinny will be taking his talents to E&E for a couple days.
No, I did not have a gripe. I just said, okay, whatever.
It sounded like you had a gripe. Okay, whatever.
Turn the camera. Dude, you guys know how I turn the cameras on.
I'm sorry I betrayed you, Neil.
Turn the cameras on.
He wasn't
Spenny,
saying all-
you know
Did
what?
you
Then why don't
explain
you
the
just
whole
stay
scenario?
there? Okay. Then why don't you just stay there at E&E?
You want to bring
His
me down?
initial response was a vitriol, hell no.
Yes.
And I was like,
Yeah.
it's for 3 days.
Oh, yeah. And then all of a sudden he was on board. So you know what?
Listen, he's a team player. Listen,
you don't love
if I
BD,
ask
then
my
get the
left
hell
tackle
out.
to play tight end for a day, he's going to go out there and he's going to catch some balls.
Pause.
He's going to catch balls.
Pause.
And chlamydia, maybe.
Yeah.
Go get chlamydia.
Well, it's
man.
not. It's not the life sentence it used
It's
to be.
not. Don't worry
It's
about
just
it.
like, okay,
But you
deal.
will get
chlamydia.
free lunch.
Perfectly.
You will get a massage.
Yeah.
He's going to get the treatment.
E&E's like chlamydia. It's not forever. It's just for a couple days.
Okay.
So
That's
Go get
fair.
some E&E.
That's a fair comp.
Go get some Ermanni in Edwards.
yeah, so that's all it is.
New live read. Okay. Okay. Yeah. There you go. I like it.
Hell yeah.
That's happening, huh?
Well, if Ermanni and Edwards allows it.
Okay, well, I'll wait before I read
Yeah,
it
the
before
verdict's still
before we
out.
sign off on there. All right, I did want to talk about this because I'm pretty passionate about it, and it runs kind of counterculture to where everybody and what I've seen on social media. You guys have heard the story. Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava.
Yeah, something
all
like
right.
that.
We're gonna call him Nico from here on out
Yeah,
because you
Nico
know who he
Iamaleava.
is.
We are. You spit that out one time, and then you're
that's it.
done. You
Big
did it.
Nico.
Iamaleava. All right, so there it is.
Big Nico.
Big Nico informed the Tennessee Volunteers the week of the spring game, says, to quote Joik Bell, yesterday's prices are not today's prices.
Goddamn right.
Price of bricks going up.
Absolutely. And the nation was aghast. College football fans were aghast. And I was like,
Why?
I'm looking, that was kind of my thought to it. I'm like, okay. Like,
the
why?
game now.
Okay. And then Tennessee coach Josh Heupel responds and says, okay, well, we're moving on from you. And America seems to be rejoicing right now. And I've heard it on the flagship. I've seen it nationally on social media, national news outlets and everything. All the comments, everything I've seen. The nation's good for Tennessee. Somebody needs to stand up to these guys
gosh.
and say, no, we're not doing this anymore.
That's
And-
crazy.
Yeah, like,
People are actually saying that?
What planet do you live on?
Yeah, come on, dog.
Spenny, it's everywhere.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
that shit weak.
And so, like, my point, Danny G, college football is literally just the NFL now. No, Danny G, I would say college football is what it's always been.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that same energy, and I'll always ask you guys, I'll always ask you this. Where was the outcry when remember when Jumbo Fisher got let go from Texas A&M?
Yeah.
That year, there was $148 million of coaches getting paid to not coach at the schools they were at. Athletic directors make 7 figures now. They hold schools over a barrel in renegotiations too. Everybody else has done it. So I'll ask you for the whole, I'm glad they did. I'm glad Tennessee did this. These guys got to learn a lesson. They have learned the lesson. They've seen it from coaches and athletic administrators for years. So what's the problem? He had the leverage, or so he thought.
Yep.
This was an entire business transaction. And guess what, everybody? It's going to happen to your school.
Yeah.
Every one of you.
College sports is a
Michigan
business.
fans, Michigan State fans. If Bryce Underwood pops off as a freshman, guess what I'm doing if I'm Bryce Underwood?
Yeah. Testing the market.
Yesterday's prices are not today's
And if
prices.
I'm Michigan, I'm doubling down.
And I'm saying it's going to happen to your school.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And I don't have a problem with it at all.
And
Not
how do
at
you,
all.
And how do you think those, like, yeah, it's cool for Johnny Spartan fan or Tommy Wolverine fan to be like, good for Tennessee standing. How do you think those fucking Volunteer fans are feeling? A week before
Well,
the spring
judging by
game-
the spring game,
Yeah.
the messaging worked.
The week before the spring game and your starting quarterback is gone
Yeah.
because your team wouldn't cough up $4 million a year.
Yes.
That
and
fucking kills.
because, Sean, here's the bottom line. And if you're Tennessee and the Tennessee fans, I saw like the jerseys, like Nico sucks jerseys and all that kind of stuff. Okay, it's cool. And if you're a Vols fan, it's cool to feel that way. I have a Tennessee alum that I'm friends with.
Blame your school, not the
said,
kid.
He said, get him out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, Georgia's on the other sideline in 152 days. Who's your quarterback?
Yeah. This is the system, man.
Yeah.
I'm not going to blame one kid for taking advantage of the system. It's not the kid's fault. Blame the system. Seriously, I mean, that's where we're at right now. And we can applaud Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think.
Good job, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, you fucked yourself.
I guarantee you there are 5 schools, allegedly Oregon being front and center.
Absolutely.
That are sitting there going, hey, Nico, what's up? Nico, what's up? You need your lifeline? And let's take this a step further, okay? This almost reminds me, many years ago, you guys would have been young. Neil and I lived in an era where people wanted to believe that professionals didn't cheat in sports in every way, shape, or form. It was really such a fascinating time. And they would get mad at you if you suggested that guys are always looking for competitive edges and everything. And this is where we're at right now. Keep that same energy when fill in the name hot coach gets a huge contract offer to some other place. Keep that same energy.
And ditches you for a bowl game.
And ditches you for a bowl game.
Yeah.
Make sure you do. Okay? Because there aren't that many, okay, and you can, KG, you'll appreciate this. Bo Schembechler was this close to leaving Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
This close. How do I know that? I once talked to Bo Schembechler about it. We lived in an era where Texas A&M came out and said, we're going to give you $3 million. I think it was 10 years. Don't quote me on that. Unheard of at the time. Unheard of at the time. Now, Bo was one of those guys that said, nah, I don't know about trying to rebuild a program because older coaches don't want to do that. They don't want to go through the growing pains again, okay? And he eventually said, no, thank you. But, guys, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. And your cute little story is going to take off someplace. For every guy that doesn't, you have a Greg Campy who probably could have taken off someplace. You have a Bo Schembechler that said no. 99 times out of 100, a guy isn't going to say no. And that's the way it is. So this is a system now. I refuse to hold the kids to a different standard than the coaches. I won't do that. That's not fair to them.
We got good comments coming. What'd you have, KG?
No, I think all parties are in the right here. Like, Neil, with your argument, you're absolutely right. This is the game now. You either get in the water or you don't. If you're the school and you don't feel like paying for that, fine, that's cool. Just you got to deal with the consequences behind
and
that.
who's your quarterback in 150 days when Georgia's on your sideline?
That is for them to figure out. For Nico, he's in the right. Go get your bag, bro. This is a game. And for somebody that, may not make the NFL, you got to go get your bag while you can get it. And if I'm, hypo, if I'm the coach, get the fuck out of here. Because and that's what it is. And that kind of plays into my argument about the James Pierce thing. Because if he was so goddamn uncoachable and just so unbearable, if I'm the coach, hit the fucking portal. I'm not dealing with that. Go somewhere else. So, but you kept him for 3 years and he was very, very fucking productive. So I don't buy into that, just me personally, but I digress. But all parties are right here. But this is the game that is being played now. You either adapt or die. I say it all the time. But yeah, if put your money where your mouth is.
Dante 151 in the super chat. Hell, if Nate Carter asked Michigan State for more money, they better effing believe that Michigan State would give him the money so he doesn't leave and join a powerhouse team. And that's when we come back from the break. That's what I'm going to get into. I'm going to do some real world application here to try to get everybody familiar with it. Aura Fitness has a good has a good point in here too that I'm going to address when we return. Tell them about Mad Packs.
Mad Packs. The good people over at Mad Packs, shout out to them. Showed a lot of love to Woodward Sports, man. And now we are trying to show that love back, man. They the hottest new cannabis brand around, and they are partnering with us right here at Woodward Sports. You know what that means? I'm going to be feeling good all day long, baby. Mad Packs is going to take your game to the next level, getting you high for the low. And I mean that figuratively. High-low is getting you high for the low, delivering top-tier quality at unbeatable prices. Everybody's favorite line, Boom Shakalaka. Boom Shakalaka is a live resin-infused tarantula. This one's the bomb. Blizzard Packs, THCA Moon Rocks. They hit like a blizzard. Coming to retailers next month. Stay tuned to Woodward Sports for all the latest updates.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Enough Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports. Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
What's up, everybody? Your Pistons are back in the playoffs. Woodward Sports has you covered every game day, starting this Saturday, 5 p.m., the live pregame show. And when the action turns up, so do we, and our Woodward Sports Playoff Watch Party live on YouTube and X. Yes, we'll be doing the watch parties for the Pistons playoff games. Join the Woodward Sports crew, and we live and die with every shot, steal, dunk, and, of course, every block shot as well. Immediately following the game, tap in on the postgame show for instant reactions and more. It all starts this Saturday, 5 p.m., only on Woodward Sports, powered by Feldman Chevrolet in Novi.
Cannot wait.
Absolutely. We're doing it. Full-on Lions treatment. Neil Rule, Sean Belizean in for DMAC. And again, we're talking about it. Tennessee's quarterback, Nico Iamalevala, is going to transfer now. The week of the spring game said, hey, this seems like a pretty good time. Yesterday's prices aren't today's prices.
Right.
And if I don't get what I want, I'm not going to play in the spring game. Mm-hmm. And then they said, okay, thank you for your time. Goodbye.
Cool.
And that's what it is. He wanted a raise. He was around $2.2 million, said he wanted $4 million. And I see this in the chat. Aura says, I don't mind him too much asking for more money, but what he did last season doesn't warrant the price he wants.
And that's on him.
Checks notes. Carson Beck's name, image, and likeness deal with the Hurricanes is rumored to be worth at least $4 million for the 2025 season.
Sheesh.
Seems to be about the market rate, doesn't it?
That's what I'm saying. That's on him. If he outpriced himself, that's on him.
You know what's interesting is not only do you get the normal shit, if you're not the guy, but now it is added tenfold if you are getting a few mil. Or in Aiden Child's case, I hear we got to lay off Aiden Childs. Why? He's making $800,000 a year.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
He needs to be better.
Well, he could be good, yeah, and when he's good, I'll say he's good. But right now, he hasn't been good.
Absolutely.
And he's getting paid $800,000.
He single-handedly lost at least 2 games.
So, like, what do we do?
What do you have, Spenny?
No, never mind.
Oh.
What are we doing here? And that's added to it. But and Neil, this is where I say, like, power to the kids. I'm serious. Power to the kids. But know that there's going to be even more scrutiny towards you here. And I think the average human doesn't understand, Neil, as you check your notes, that's the reality right now. Honest to goodness, I don't think the average college football fan, because we are trained. That, you know, we grew up watching sports in a certain way, and we haven't grasped that this is the way it is now, man. You are having bidding wars for these guys. And much like contract negotiation, you walk into the room all the time. Matthew Stafford. When Derek Carr got that contract, the happiest guy in the world was Matthew Stafford's agent. Because he gets to walk in and go, hi. Did you see what Derek Carr just got? Mm-hmm. Well, you're going to pay a hell of a lot more than that. Do you want to compare what Matthew Stafford did to Derek Carr? And that's what these quarterbacks can do now in NIL. More power to them.
And if you're a fan, I mean, you could be mad at the school. That's probably the first place you direct your anger. Why aren't you paying for this guy if you really feel he's, that valuable? And also, you need to be mad at the NCAA because they didn't put regulations on this shit when NIL broke. And now it's a fucking Wild West. It's going to be a Wild West for quite some time. And until you get some kind of regulation going to where, you can't pull this during the spring game, then we'll go from there. But until then, It is. You got to get in where you fit in.
No, and look, like that's it. I don't know what else there is to say. Now that could be fixed. That could be fixed if you start treating them like employees, like you do with your coaches,
Exactly.
and your athletic administration and all that. This is where we are, everybody. And I'm not blaming the kid for doing it. DNC ENT. Nico could win a Heisman this year if it wasn't for Arch. Go get your bag. I bet WMU would give up all this natty money to bring him home. And I'll say this too. What's Arch Manning done?
Not
to
really.
get his $7 million that he's getting.
Have the last name Manning. That's
What's
what
he done
did.
for on the field? Like keep that
but
same energy.
I
What's he
know,
done
but
on the
that's-
field?
That's the reason. It's his last name.
He's also a dog. Like, he's gonna have a great year next year, but he hasn't proven it.
He hasn't shown it, yeah. But
Well, and this is where I come back to saying this is investment versus what you've done. I mean, really, that's what it is. It's 100% an investment.
What has Bryce Underwood done? What has any of these guys done?
100%.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's an investment.
So
I don't have a problem with a guy getting his bag ever, ever.
me neither.
I don't care.
So I'll turn it on you, Spenny.
Yeah.
Would you take Nico right now?
Absolutely.
For $4 million?
Absolutely.
Do you want your school right now to go get Nico?
Yes.
Yes.
Look, he gave me the look, the Spenny look,
Yes.
like the eye contact,
Right
locked
now.
in eye
Yeah.
contact.
Absolutely, 100%.
$4
Right
million.
now. I'd sign the deal right now.
Aiden, do we owe you any more money?
Yeah.
Are we cool? I don't
Yeah.
want to stiff you. We're cool? Okay, now bye. Yeah, go do it right now. Wouldn't think twice.
It's a new age, man. Like all that old shit dying out. All that we just gonna
got
try it and true and we don't believe in the poor. All
Yep.
that shit dead, man.
You might get exceptions to the rule. I mean, you might get a guy that says, you know what? I don't want to leave. This is cool, man.
Doesn't matter.
I got a good vibe here. I'm walking around wearing my C. They're
Yeah.
serving the captain. I don't want to go.
Sean,
it's rare today,
I'm
though.
Cool, but it's rare.
You know
It's
how
rare.
how surprised I was to see Nick Marsh stay?
Right.
I thought he was going to be out Oklahoma or fucking
Right.
All I heard was SEC.
yeah.
That's all I
mean,
heard.
I figured he's
That's
going
all
to
I
go
heard.
somewhere over there.
Yep.
Ole Miss, Texas A&M, something. No, he said he love him. Kid's a
Yep.
freak. One of the best receivers in the nation. He put out the April Fool's joke like, "Dear Spartan fans, thank you for everything." Blah blah. Post it, and then like, "I'm ready to kick ass again next year." I was like, "Oh my god!"
Right.
It's like, you son of a-
Elizabeth, I'm coming to you.
That dude's a fucking monster, man. I can't wait for him.
Tommy K. Facts, Spenny. So again, I'm curious.
I
like,
mean, there's, and if he would like Keon Coleman, when Keon Coleman left, I did not blame him at all. Nobody would want to play under that fucking terrorist Jay Johnson, especially the way he was used when you had him and Jaden Reed, and you
That's so gross.
sins of my
Like hearing you say
stupid
it now, it's so gross.
Yeah, it's
piece
crazy.
of shit ex's past. I don't want to talk about Jay Johnson. He is my most hated coach of all time ever.
Terrorist.
Him leaving, going to Florida State, didn't blame him at all. Yeah, go ahead.
Not at all.
Do it. You're going to get paid, and you're going to a much better situation for yourself and for your draft stock. Go do it.
Your starting quarterback doesn't get hurt. You're playing for a national
Yeah,
championship.
absolutely. But Nick Marsh staying, I was like, okay, love that. They must have paid him something substantial to keep him here because he is a multi-million-dollar a year receiver.
game.
And
If you smart.
Michigander 12-12. SEC players can't transfer within conference in the spring portal. No, and I did hear that too. Like he's not eligible to go to an SEC
he's going
school.
to Oregon.
That's fine.
I would have to ask a question about that though
Yeah, he
if I
goes
were
to the
him. I
West
would
End.
say based on what agreement?
Yeah.
What if he followed in Lane Kiffin's footsteps and said "F you Tennessee" and went to USC?
I mean,
Wherever,
Big Ten.
man. Wherever you get your
USC,
bag.
I could see Oregon. That was the first thing
He's
I
a
thought
Long
of.
Beach kid,
Yeah.
right? I think he's a Long Beach kid. Yeah. it would be-
LBC,
that would be-
UCLA.
USC.
Yeah.
UCLA's shown they'll throw their money around.
Boy, do they need something.
Yeah, and then
They do,
went,
yeah.
they went
What
out
a
and paid for everything.
Wobegon program.
Yeah, you don't hear about them joining the
It's
Big Ten.
incredible.
Everybody else, but it's like, yeah, we
It's-
just forgot about
gosh.
UCLA.
I would
They
not
were
be-
such a power when we were kids, Neil. I mean, they really, Coach Donahue, that was a power when we were kids. And
They're a basketball school.
Oregon would, gosh, it just makes
Oregon
sense.
makes the most sense.
just
It,
makes
it just does. That was the first Brady. Shout out Brady. He sent it in the group chat. He was like, as soon as he, they said they're moving on from him, he was like, Ohio State. I was like, no, dude, he's going to Oregon. If he's going
Yeah.
somewhere in the Big Ten, it's gonna be Oregon.
Dan Lanning, that's all right.
Yeah.
Good spot. Good spot.
You go there, you'll be a Heisman contender next year,
Yep.
and they'll pay you. And you get to wear the drippiest uniforms in the nation because Nike's
seriously.
in your backyard. Like,
Still.
So I'll put it to you then, KG.
What's up?
What if Bryce Underwood hits you up?
That's funny because I was just
What if he does?
I was going to bring it to
What if he has Nico's season that everyone tells me didn't warrant a raise?
He's better than Davis Warren. He's better than whoever the fuck my man's that we kept debating about all year. He's better than all of them. You pay him. If he goes out there and has any type of success.
What if he just has Nico's season? 2,600 yards and 19 touchdowns.
Pay him. He's better. What else you got? Unless you got something else in the chamber that's cheaper.
I think Bryce is that good.
I do too.
I think he's going to be better than that.
I saw him
He's
going to
be better than that. But
I've seen him.
I did a few of those games, for MHSAA. He's
different.
But just for Neil's example, though, let's say he did go out and put up a season. You would pay him, right?
Unless I had a better option.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, that's it.
If y'all got a cheaper option with more production, then by all means.
This whole thing with Nico that I can't get out of my head for all these people on the socials and all these people that were at the spring game and hating on the kid and stuff like that. You play Georgia in 150 days. Who's your quarterback?
Yeah.
But that's fine. If Tennessee don't want to do that, that's fine. What's your plan? You just
Who's
got to have
your
a plan.
quarterback?
You just got to have a plan.
So I wonder if everyone's going to keep that same
it's
energy.
so funny hearing that, especially for like the true powers and the true blue bloods and all those terms that we used to use. No, it's more like who's got the deepest pockets. Like, what are you going to do now?
Yeah.
I'm going to go get my starter, Bryce Underwood, and I'm also going to grab this kid and I'm going to tell him point blank, well, you're going to be our backup, but at least we're paying you $1 million. Like, is that where we're at? Is like, honestly, our starter's making $4 million, but you're making $1 million to sit on the bench. Those are the types of conversations that we have to have now. And every one of those kids are going to say, hey, fuck you. I want to go someplace where I can make my bag too. It's insane.
I mean, Alex Moran in Blue Mountain State, he was ahead of the curve. He said backup quarterback's the best position in football. Because like you said, Sean, you can go in and collect a check and never have to – you just hold a clipboard.
It's the greatest job ever.
Yeah.
You Michigan fans.
What they
the
talking about,
Jahish, have your facts right, bro. As it relates to Tennessee's quarterback, you're not giving the context, which is kind of important.
What's the context? He left.
Yeah.
He said he wanted more money. They said no, so he's leaving. There's
Steve
no other
Wilds,
context.
get your facts straight, Neil. Come on, bro. What am I missing?
I don't know.
I would, if I were going to renegotiate too, I would do it the week of the spring game.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yep.
Say, yeah.
You got him over a barrel, as they say.
Right. Like, I don't
Either
understand.
it pays off and you get $4 million, or it doesn't pay off, you go somewhere else, you get $3 million.
Things have changed, fellas. It happens all the time now.
It's
It's not like there isn't a precedent, right? Things have changed, fellas.
And once again, until the NCAA cleans they shit up, which is going to be hard to do now.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like,
Monkey's out of the bottle now.
Yeah.
Right there.
It's going to be a while.
Box, baby.
Yeah.
It's going to be a while.
DNC ENT NFL Films is praying Nico goes to UNC with their offseason show. Praying on it right now.
Pandora don't go back in the box. It just comes out.
Yeah, it's true.
Are they still doing that, or are they doing that NC show? I
believe
heard
so.
a rumor they were, then they weren't. But that, you got to tap in for something like that.
Here, the Jeesh says, no, idiots, they already renegotiated his deal since last year, so post the 2025 game against OSU. So he asked for more money. They said no. Now he's leaving.
Yeah.
How does that change anything that we just said?
Like, Jahish, they're not employee-employer relations. It's not a contract.
Exactly.
Like, how about you get your contacts together? They're not employees. In no way, shape, or form are they employees.
Yeah.
A contract that they sign, they can just, unless it's spelled out in the contract, which, hint, hint, just like the football coaches, it's not. Where a football coach says, yeah, I have this 10-year contract with you, unless I want to go somewhere else.
Right.
Like,
no clause for
who's the idiot? So what? What does it matter when they redid the deal? Guess what? We're redoing it again, or I'm going to go somewhere else.
Yep, rip it up.
Like, what am I missing?
And once again, there's no NCAA regulation that says you can't rip the original contract up.
That's another thing in life, and I think any professional could tell you this. A contract isn't what it used to be, that's for sure.
Yeah. You was talking about it the other day, literally.
Period.
just in terms of radio, we was talking about it.
It isn't. It doesn't mean anything. You think you signed something 3 years ago, and then you find out you didn't sign something 3 years ago, and things like that's the reality of it. You don't bear any grudge. You sit back and go, well, I'll never do business with that guy again. Touche, and you move on about your day. But that's the way it is. I mean, unless you want to go get yourself, you want to lawyer up, and you want to make sure that every I is dotted, every T is crossed and everything. I don't think we're going to get to that point in college sports. I don't, because it's as crazy as it sounds, they still want to keep some semblance of student athlete, which is absolutely absolutely absurd that they want to do that. I love when you do that, Spenny.
Power within.
I love
back
it. It is
on
the
it.
power within. It is.
I see it in the chat. I can't imagine.
Yeah, Phil in the chat. Why even put a university name on any of these teams? There's no school, no loyalty, no education
You got it.
involved. Well,
It's a business.
well, it's your school.
like the
though.
NFL, don't you?
It's
Yeah.
yours, but again, it's your school. Like, you're a fan.
It's literally like free agency. Like, shout out to Michigan. I had to explain this to some of my boys who aren't really into college sports as much over the weekend. So I was talking about Michigan State's hockey team, and the verbiage I was using it in, they were like, "You're talking about college, right?" Because I was like, "Yeah, they retained their two biggest guys. They brought their goalie back from last year, and they brought Isaac Howard back last year, and then they went out and got one of the biggest free agents on the market in Caden Lindstrom." They're like, "Free agent? What are you talking about?" I was like, "Yeah, he was the 4th pick in the NHL draft. He was basically a college free agent. They went out there, they signed him. He's going to be on MSU's team next year." It's literally what college sports is now. It's free agency.
Hey,
Phil Jr.
You're a pizza free agent every single time you want to go get pizza, right?
Ooh.
I'm
on the market
I would
now.
do a deal with Buddy's Pizza, and you can save 10% with the
my
promo
agent.
code 10meal. They've been in the game since 1946. They're great in the community. They have great partnerships with like the Detroit Zoo, the Michigan Humane Society, etc. They are a part of the Detroit fabric. They invented Detroit-style pizza. Like we say Detroit-style pizza, that's Buddy's that made that happen. They're the OG, the original Detroit-style pizzas, 22 Metro Detroit locations. Go to buddyspizza.com. Get it for lunch today. Get 10% off. Promo code 10meal.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey,
Sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won.
David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. The game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports. The bats are hot, and the weather is getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters, Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Woodward Merch. Go to shop.woodwardsports.com. Get geared up for the Pistons playoff push. We have Detroit basketball lineup for you. The draft is here. F them picks. Boo them kids. We play the hits for you. You guys know what it is. Go to shop.woodwardsports.com today.
Oh!
Sean Belizean with the stare down after he hits a little 15
You come back in
footer.
paint, it's going to be a flagrant two.
Sean's got no arc on his jumper at all. It is a
Well, when
straight
you
line,
get hammered,
bro.
I'm just
No foul baiting, though. I'm impressed.
And Sean said something, man. Neil Rule, Sean Belizean back at it here. Sean, you said something that I knew, but when you verbalize it, you're like, shit, he's right. And Ryan in the chat, Ryan, this isn't to pick on you. You said they need collective bargaining. Okay, Ryan, that sounds like an employee-employer type relationship.
Absolutely.
So if we're going to do that, Then how about we look at how much revenue you bring in?
What?
Let's figure out a percentage of labor, which just as we say this is professional sports. All four professional sports, it's basically around 50-50. Some are 48-52, etc. It's around 50-50. The revenue gets split with us, and then you keep half of it because we're the ones that create the revenue. That's how that would work. If you guys want this salary cap stuff, that's employee-employer relationship. You guys want contracts where you're going to be here all 4 years. How much of the revenue am I getting? You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like,
merch sales, all that shit.
All of it.
This is a new world, and I'll go back to what we said at the very start of this segment, okay? The one thing I have learned definitively in having all these conversations in this new world is a vast majority of people don't get it. And I don't mean to sound condescending, and like you said, you don't want to pick on that guy. I don't want to pick on the guys that jumped on you, okay? You guys, it doesn't matter. Well, it's different. How's it different?
It's not.
No, no, really.
Well, he negotiated that deal after the Ohio State game.
How's it different?
Sean, he negotiated that deal after the Ohio State game.
Who cares?
How's it different? What if Bryce finds out? What if Bryce finds out 2 weeks before the season starts? 2 weeks before the season starts, there's some hot shot playing in Paducah, Kentucky, that's going to get $12 million, and Bryce sits back and goes, 2 weeks before the season starts. Michigan has all these grandiose expectations. I could hold them hostage.
You could.
What? Like,
in theory, you
what's
could.
your stop?
Well, he's a Michigan man. He won't do
that's
that.
True. No, but I'm being serious. This is
We're taking
and
care
again,
of
I'm
him.
not trying to be condescending. This is a whole new world that I don't think people really truly understand. And that's where we're at right now. And listen, you're thinking logically to a scenario that isn't very logic right now.
And if I'm the NCAA, why would I want to open my books? Because you've been not paying these players for so long. If y'all open the books and y'all see how much they really making off of these athletes, then it's going to be...
The NCAA tournament alone is $1 billion a year. $1 billion.
That's going to create the question of why weren't you paying players the whole time?
So that would back up to, so if it's $1 billion a year, and you want to talk about caps and stuff, so then $500 million of that goes back into player paying the players. $500 million per year.
It's crazy.
That's just the tournament.
Right.
That doesn't count the conference TV deal. That doesn't count the jerseys, the tickets, the revenue, all of it.
They've been making a killing off these kids for years.
They're still making a killing off them.
Even with NIL, yes.
Now there's some lag time here before there'll be another Nico in a month.
If they open that books, that will ruin their image forever, I feel like. So they're not going to get to a place, especially in the immediate future, to where they want to open their books up.
Like, be careful what you guys want, man. Hoof Hearted says it very well, by the way. Whoever controls the money is who controls the league. The NCAA is not in charge. Name, image, and likeness is, which means the players are in charge.
Yeah.
Nicholas Duncan. So, the Lions going to take Bryce Underwood in the second round or the third round? South Florida Lion. Hey, Neil, how about Liverpool re-signing Salah? You'll never walk alone. I got to see them. I haven't seen the money yet, like what he's getting. He's getting kind of up there. Like,
in age, still pretty damn good, though.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
Mo Salah.
But, yeah, I mean, it's just keep that same energy, man, about the coaches and the athletic administrators.
Yeah, it's a two-way street. It's just the kids got some of the power back now.
And it's going to happen to you. KG, it's going to happen to you.
It happened to me. It's going to happen to you, too.
And that's fine. And I would implore Michigan to watch how you play this shit. Because I'm sure they're taking care of him pretty well now. But, yeah, things may change down the road, and y'all need to be prepared for that. And like I said, I don't have a problem as long as there's a plan. If Bryce ain't the guy and he's asking for too much, that's fine. Just what's the solution?
I'm going to be really intrigued to see, especially if there is a non-traditional power that has a lot of money that says, fuck this. You know, Neil Rule is our alumni. He's got $10 billion at his disposal. I wonder if guys would go flocking to a non-traditional. Pick Kansas.
Yeah.
The Kansas Jayhawks. They have some unbelievable billionaire who's 93 years old. He just married Anna Nicole Smith. He's got $10 billion. And he's like, you know what? Until the day I die, I am going to spend $100 million a year on this team. I really wonder if some
like
of
a Grand Canyon, like privately owned,
Right.
publicly traded
SMU.
university.
They used to do it back in the day.
Right.
They got the death penalty. They got all that money.
I've got all this money, and we are going to grab as many 5-star blue chips as we can because we're going to pay them. And I wonder if somebody's going to sit back and go, I was all in on Alabama. I was going to go to Ann Arbor. Fuck this. I'm only making $5 million in Ann Arbor. I'm going to Kansas. I'm getting $10 million. Like, honestly, this opens up so many different doors that we haven't even walked through yet. And that's what's incredible about this new world that we live in.
Woodward Sports chat thread. What do you got?
I just want to say, Ishbia, the Suns suck. Drop fucking $30 million on MSU's basketball team. Let them go win
He need to.
Do it right now.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you? You want a basketball team to win? You want a championship? Go give Tom Izzo $30 million to work with.
Yeah.
Say, here, Tom, go get number 2.
He be acting like he love y'all, so.
Yeah, I mean, he does. He has provided a lot for the school and the money thrown
They're
around.
provided in the
But
right,
like
in
Sean
the place
said,
where it matter.
Why be the first one, Ishbia? Step up and say, I got a $40 million roster for Michigan State's basketball team next year.
We got a
Go
couple
win the
questions. We got a couple questions coming in about this, and it's interesting. People are going a little deep. I like it. Burning issues. Then all of the other athletes would have to be paid if they were considered employees.
There you go.
That depends on your labor agreement.
Well, that's
where
true,
we would say, hey, only in matters pertaining to football does this apply.
But that wouldn't go
or
over
men's
well.
basketball. Well,
that wouldn't go over.
It
well,
would if you change the rules.
Yep.
Where you say, hey, the Title IX stuff doesn't apply anymore.
Good point.
Like this is the angle it's going. So are you cool with that? I know you are. You're a Michigan football fan. You don't care, right?
I don't.
You don't care who gets cut. Like,
especially now that Michigan are in these waters. Like, if you step into the waters, chances are you're not coming back out. So
no, I'm saying though, like as a program.
Yeah.
Like you're a Michigan football fan.
Yeah, I don't
if
care.
it costs them,
do what you gotta do. Ain't my money.
Yeah, track, tennis,
Yeah, right.
all golf, all that stuff. Whatever, man.
Who's going to Michigan for track? Like, come on now. Well,
lot of kids are.
Yeah, true. But what dominates though? What's
Well,
making the money?
but I'm telling you, that's the answer to that question. Like all the athletes would have to be paid if they were considered employees. They won't all be employees.
Yeah.
Because then when you're talking about a for-profit business, are you going to take on like women's basketball and stuff like that generally lose money?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing it?
No.
KG, I'd love to hear you be honest because I think, and I'm not going to include you in this, but I think the issue that a lot of people have had with Michigan fans over the years is the moral high ground that they try to take.
That bullshit.
And we don't do things that way. Shut the fuck up. Like, honestly. Like stop it. You may not have been caught, but I guarantee you, I know for a fact shenanigans were going out. As a matter of fact, they were proven in certain regards. Screw that moral high ground. You know what?
Yeah.
You want to win.
I think that should die with the Natty.
I do too. Seriously,
hope it
tip of
did.
the cap to you. I mean that. Tip of the cap.
Yeah, who fucking cares?
Lloyd Bryant in the
go win.
chat. Who helps these kids with getting their money? That's another angle of this. Unregulated agents.
Yeah.
Some charge as much as 20%.
This shit getting deep. Yeah.
Like,
it gets sticky.
but
it does.
there's no guardrails in place. There's no you just whoever you got, that's your agent. To whatever you agree to, give them.
I know they regret letting the NIL happen. I know they do.
Monkey's out of the bottle, man.
I know they regret that shit now.
If you get me 20 pizzas like that to be named later, like one
To be
pizza a
named
week,
later.
I think that we could work out a deal. Like
Right.
something like that. You get one a week.
Whenever you ask for it, it's
Right.
just available.
It's cool. We could work out a deal. Isn't that lovely?
Phil, there's tax consequences, profit, non-profit, etc. All have to be. Now, do you understand why the NCAA it's just kind of kicked? Look at this massive undertaking.
Yeah.
Look at the expense it would cost.
They hoping it's self-regulating. It's never going to do that.
They want Congress to do it because they don't want to spend money on attorneys.
Exactly.
No,
because it cuts in on their take.
you got
Yeah.
it.
Their
This
$1 billion a year they get just from the college basketball tournament. I didn't even talk about the college football playoff deal.
I can't wait for the NIL doc to come out, bro. It's going to be great. When they actually sit down and break this shit down, let's say like about 10 to 15 years down the road, oh my God, that's going to be must-watch television. Must-watch.
And you know what's really cool is Neil, some of the questions come from people. I'm not sitting here acting like I have all the answers. I think there are a lot of legit questions. I don't think anybody has all the answers. You know, this I guarantee you, and it's been proven here today, the average person doesn't understand what the hell's going on right now. They don't. And I think a lot of that is most entities don't know what the hell's going on. You have individuals that are saying, you know what? This worked for me before, now it doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
And like this is ever changing. This has been a fluid situation. So and in typical fashion, people are gonna look and go, well, wait a second, but you did this for him, why can't you do it for me?
Exactly.
I thought hurricane season was over.
There's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we're gonna touch on we're gonna get deep in the Pistons tomorrow. The Pistons Knicks series. We're gonna get deep into that today. There was a lot I wanted to get to that I didn't get a chance to get to. Want to talk about Rory McIlroy?
Mm-hmm.
All that kind of stuff, but we didn't get a chance to do it. Real quick, Kyle Swede. How come Ivy League schools don't have great sports programs? Because business is better on the academic side. In the Ivy League.
That's where they make their money.
They are pumping money into those places. So that's what it is. Sean, good stuff. You're gone this. You're out the rest of the week.
No, I'll be here Friday.
You'll be back Friday. So you're going to Milwaukee.
Taking off to Milwaukee tomorrow, seeing the Tigers in Milwaukee, and then coming back and seeing the game Thursday.
Nice. You gonna see Scoobs on the mound there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to the game on Saturday.
Oh, you're going Saturday?
Yeah, I don't know who's going to be on the mound.
You know what was always a great game back in the day, but my wife would get furious at me, is when the kid and I would rip off on Easter. It's Easter Sunday. What are you doing? Nobody was there. It was
Nobody's
great.
there.
It was great. Nobody was there.
Nobody in the chat. Neil, MLS nightmare. Whitecaps upset Miami. That's not my nightmare. It's fine with it. Oh, I will say this too before we ride out. The ratings came in for the USL, Detroit Cities League. Last Saturday they had Phoenix play San Antonio. I think 455,000 viewers.
Nice.
The MLS Cup last year, the championship match, was 470,000. So keep an eye out, MLS.
USL coming.
You put me in that league, all of a sudden business picks up. I'm just saying.
It's a fact. It is a fact.
I'm just saying. All right, for Sean Belizian, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chasing the Chase Lounge, I'm Neil Rowe. Thanks for tapping in Big D Energy. Well, see you later.
The